Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be doing the Vault event. Chasing those Gnome-a-palooza gnomes, the verse gnomes. Running Gnome-a-paloozas. You know how it goes. Ironhawk, Rowan, trying to get vault keys. Why? Because vault keys are awesome. They got huge amounts of gold in them. Lots of souls, gems, if you need gems. I need gems. My gem stack's already going back up the other way. I like it. Ever since I got Diamantina. But supposedly they're adding some more dragons. I don't think it's been confirmed that they're for Dragonite, but they probably are. Who knows? But let me get ready for the chat. If I can find it. Get everything set up here, and we'll get started. I got a perfect dungeon loaded up, too. For once, you know what's been happening? You know what's weird? Ever since I got Diamantina, I swear, I've seen way more Dragonite gnomes. All of a sudden, I'm getting a perfect in the dungeon. What the heck? What is up with that? It's like when you don't need it, it just falls from the sky easily. I hate that kind of stuff. It's like you get a certain car and you see that car everywhere. Anya's here. Super smart trivia lady. We were doing trivia on the chatathon and Anya freaking pretty much won. I never knew that about you. Florian, Frank Amison. First three people here. Appreciate that. At least the first three that chatted. Alright, live chat. Hit the like. Let's get it going. Check it out though. I got a perfect dungeon. Yeah, I pick the same thing every time. I practice what I preach. I think you should pick the same thing every time. If you want to switch to something else, make sure you switch to it and then you stick to it for like 6 months. Don't be switching every other week. Because it's supposed to be RNG, so it shouldn't matter. You should be able to stick to the same 3 and get the same amount of perfects as if you picked some other 3. But, alright. Got that, got that. Got that. Go here. Yeah, hit the like if you want to see more people in here. It's our weekend live stream. We do a weekend live stream and we do a weekday live stream. The weekday live stream is now at noon, but the weekend live stream's always been at 10 a.m. Except for last weekend where we had the chatathon, which was freaking awesome and saved September pretty much. September would have been really terrible if it wasn't for the chatathon, so I really appreciate that. Did not have our worst month 2 months in a row because of that. And we're at 7,500 subscribers too, which is really cool. 3/4 to 10K. Not very many Gems of War channels can say that. I think only one other can say that. So let's go fight these fights. I always use the same team. It's a fun team. It is a team I used to... Oh, by the way, I got Rune Priest to level 100, so I don't have to do Rune Priest anymore. Slowly getting them all to 100. As you can see here. Let's look at them all. How close am I? Archer's at 100. Archmagus. Assassin's the one I'm working on now. Barbarian's at 100. Bard's at 100. Corsair is 100. Death Knight I still need to do. Dervish I need to do. Diablos at 100. Doomsayer I need to do. Dragon Guard 100. Elementalist 100. Frost Mage. Geomancer's at 78. Hierophant 100. Knight 100. Mechanist 100. Monk 100. Necromancer need to do. Oracle need to do. Orb Weaver 100. Plague Lord 100. Priest 100. Rune Priest 100. Sentinel 100. Shaman. Slayer. Sorcerer. Need to do Spirit Walker. That's a newer one though. Stormcaller 100. Sunspear 100. Thief 100. Tidecaller 100. Titan 100. Warden 100. Warlord 100. War Priest 100. Lots of hundreds there, and I've never ever focused on leveling classes. I just do them like alongside of other stuff, so definitely not needed. Let's go level up Assassin now. I got Rune Priest and War Priest done just by equipping them on my Rowan team doing Adventure Board and equipping it here and doing Dungeon. And like pets and like vault keys. And that's it. I never focus on it. I just get it done slowly over time. Some of the kingdoms aren't even to the power level where you need the class at 100 yet, so it's kind of a waste to get stuff like Spirit Walker, Talker, Caller to 100, or Geomancer to 100, or there's like one other one that's like kind of a You don't even need it yet. Alright, green, yellow, brown. Let's get this perfect dungeon, then we'll go do the vault. I already picked them. I was just going to pick them, but I tried to do everything before we got started. I did my adventure board, I did my dungeon, but I happened to get a perfect, so we're doing this first. Otherwise, we would have just been doing the vault the entire time. And here we go. Livewire's here. How's everybody doing with that vault event? How many keys do you got? I'm doing okay. Like, what happens for me with the vault event is it's the last thing I do every day, so I gotta do... That's like my reward for the day. Like, once I do all my work and stuff and I get everything else done, like whatever, we go do the cheerleading, I do all my work, go to the grocery store, whatever. It's like the last thing I do every day is the vault event. But I try to save 3 to 4 hours at the end of the day. I'll start at like 7, go to 11, or... You know, I still give myself plenty of time. But what happens is, after a long day of sitting in the sun or going to stupid places, driving around all day and working all day, once it gets to be time to play the vault event, when it's 7, I'm cool. When it's 8, I get a little tired. When it's 9, I'm even more tired. When it's 10, I'm falling asleep during Gnome-a-paloozas, unfortunately. Which is, I think I should have... Right now I have around, I think, 180-something vault keys. I feel like I should have over 200. But I was wasting... I was doing terrible Gnome-a-paloozas. Friday night and Saturday night, I would be... I was like kicking myself. I was falling asleep. I couldn't help it. You know what I mean? Like, I fall asleep for like 5 seconds. It's not... But it's annoying because you're doing a Gnome-a-palooza. Something that's very precious that you shouldn't waste on nothing. You need to do them when you have the time to do them. And here I am. I'm falling asleep during a Gnome-a-palooza. And that's my cue to go to bed, too. Like, maybe I'll try to squeeze one more out, and then I do terrible on that one, too. And I'm like, alright, it's time to go to bed. I'm just wasting these Gnome-a-paloozas. I got like 18 vault keys there instead of 23 or something, you know? I'm gonna die here. Doesn't matter, though. I can just retry. But it's kind of a waste of time if I die. Purple, blue, green. Let's go. Purple, blue, green. Here's purple. And we got the red. Kill that. Hit that. Skulls. Ouch. Uh-oh. Might have to try this one again. No big deal, though. I'm leveling a class, so I'm not caring. If we can get an instant kill, we might be okay. Which she does that sometimes. She's also getting hit by Skull, so oh well. No big deal. To lose a dungeon fight where I'm gonna get a perfect anyway, that's about the best ointment for the wound. Don't really care. Anya says hi. Florian says hello. Frank says morning, and I'm lurking. Got to grind. Let's go. Hopefully lots of people will be watching and grinding at the same time. Let's go up here first. That's what I made that one video for. You know what I'm talking about? Like those videos that I make, like the Google video. I thought that was a good idea. I feel like everybody out right now is putting out the same old crap for Gems of War, but I guess that's what people want, because they don't want anything different. I put out a video on Thursday trying something different, but nobody wants anything different. It's just the naked butt farting or nothing. We need Underspire videos and epic trial videos and put mega damage all over a troop that we just got. Okay. I can make gold farming, soul farming. Those are the types that get the views. Unfortunately, I don't know why. You can't try any new kind of idea or else you're gonna get less views. Which kind of sucks. Makes you not want to try new stuff. Just letting you know. Makes me want to go make like 5 or 10 gold farming and soul farming videos and then lie about every new troop that comes in. Say it's awesome mega damage. That's what it makes me want to do. I won't do that, but that's what it makes me want to do. Instead of trying new things. You think of ideas, you put time into it, and then it farts all over itself, poops the bed. You're like, man, that makes me want to try those ideas. It makes me want to think outside the box again. Nope. Makes me want to post a naked butt farting. That's all it wants me to do. Livewire says, hi, Anya, only a few keys. I've lost fun? You've lost fun? That doesn't sound good. Nobody wants to lose fun. The way to make it fun is to think about, like, you're getting angels, you're getting merchants while you do it. Maybe you're leveling a class while you do it. If it starts to be less fun, you gotta think about what you're getting, like all the gems that you probably need. That's why gold farming, soul farming is the vault event. Opening the vault keys is when you get all the awesome loot. But also, you can just tell by my gem stack right now. I was at less than 2,000. I was heading to... I had like 1,200 gems before the vault event. And I almost have 5,000 right now. I haven't opened any of my keys. That's just from playing it. LiveR says so far, 116 keys, been gathering verses, 4 GAPs done. Running a palooza right now. 445 vault keys, that's awesome. That's like how many I would have when the whole thing's over, if I'm lucky. So you're doing awesome. It's only Sunday morning, and you're probably going to get 500 plus. Actually, that is 500 as far as I'm concerned, because I add them all together. I don't break them out like that. So you have 500 vault keys. That's great. I think I've only done that like once. Most of the time I go for 400 or 300. I can only spend maybe 10 hours max on it, and usually 3 of those hours are terrible falling asleep hours. So really what I'm doing, I'm spending 6 to 7 hours on the vault event. 6 to 7 quality hours on the vault event. And depending on how my luck with the verse gnomes, because I don't come into vault events with 20 Gnome-a-paloozas. I usually come into them with like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and then I have to go get the verses while I'm doing the vault. So that's the best time to do it anyway, but it's nice to have a stack before you go to the vault event. I never have it. So I'm doing like back and forth. I'll run a Gnome-a-palooza, and then I'll be looking for a verse gnome. Once I get it, I'll run another one. Then I'm looking for a verse gnome. Once I get it, I'm running another one. So I'm never running Gnome-a-paloozas back to back to back to back to back to back. I wish I was, because then you get like 20, almost 20, you get 20 something in every Gnome-a-palooza. So you could potentially get what, like almost 100 vault keys an hour if you're just super lucky and you get the most. Get like 100 vault keys an hour. And if I was doing 10 hours, you'd think I could get like 1,000, but I'm not running Gnome-a-paloozas back to back to back to back to back. Half of those hours are me searching for verses, so you gotta take half of those away. Now we got 5 hours where maybe I'm running like a kind of crappy, so I don't know. I end up with like 300, 400. But yeah, I just did a perfect dungeon. Let's go start, I think I have a Gnome-a-palooza, but what I like to do is make myself go all the way to a boss chest, get it as close to 0 out of 100 myth stones, and then I let myself run a Gnome-a-palooza, which gives me a chance at getting verses. It forces me to look for verses, no matter what. I go to no turns for you. This is the best verse farming team in the entire game. Dust Devil, Triple Ironhawk. If you don't have Triple Ironhawk, of course you can use Sister Superior or Greed right there. And if you don't have 2 Ironhawks, you should use Rowan. Use Rowan or Moon Mage, because 1 Ironhawk is just not great. 2 and 3 are great though. But let's get started. I'm gonna do this until I get to the boss chest, then I'll go run a Gnome-a-palooza. I think I have at least 1 at the moment. We're looking for Hoagie. It was Cindy, then all of a sudden, every single one of my verses got low. Now I have like 7 of the green guy, 7 of the brown guy, and then I ran out of Cindy and Hoagie at like the same time, so now I need both of them. It was Cindy, it was always Cindy, and then somehow I ran out of Hoagie. Then I got like 3 Cindys, so now I need Hoagie more than I need Cindy. So we're looking for the guy that looks like Slash with his tongue out. He's like, I think he's the blue one. So right now, as I'm looking for that guy, I'm also getting hero experience. I'm also looking for merchants and angels. So it's not terrible. Not a terrible thing if you're looking for verse gnomes. You could get other gnomes too while you do this. The Vault event used to be no Gnome-a-paloozas, and you would just do this all day. You had Friday and Saturday off. You work on Sunday. So you got the bulk of it done now, and you're probably not going to get as much done today, is what you're saying? Because 500's really good. I wish I had as many as you. That'd be the best way to replenish my gem stack, would be the Vault event. This kind of crap, I usually just buy the gold thing and then leave. Depends what it is. That's one way to lower your gem stack dramatically, is to buy all the merchant offers. As well as doing the dungeon, the epic trial, and the underspire every week. That'll crush your gem stack. Kinji Tsuka. Kinji Tsuka says, thanks for the tips on the other stream. No problem. Yeah, that was the reminder stream. We do that every time. PlayStation problems, you know, I can't run the reminder stream into the actual stream. I have to post a reminder, delete the reminder, and then start up the real stream. But I like to put the reminder so nobody has an excuse as to, oh, I didn't see. Live streaming on YouTube isn't ideal. I was watching, I think, Penguin Zero, and he was comparing the two, and he says it's really hard if people don't already know you're streaming. It's hard to get, like, new people to come to your stream. So what you see is me having the same old people here, and then slowly we lose, like, one or two. Same old people, slowly we lose one. Same old people, we lose one. Same old people, we lose one. And then all of a sudden we are where we are, you know what I mean? Because it's hard to, get new people to come to a live stream. But no problem, Kenji. Yeah, as far as Underworld, you want to get the Miraji Queen first, I would say, because you have a Rowan team you're using in the City of Thieves, and a way to make that team better is to throw the Miraji Queen on it, at least eventually. So I usually go after her first. Then I usually go after King Gobtruffle next, because that's one of the next teams you're going to be using. So you start with whatever team. You start with your Goblin team or whatever your first team is. I usually recommend Goblins. And then you use your Goblin team to get your Rowan team. And then you're using like a combo of the Goblin team and the Rowan team until you get your Rowan team fully fleshed out. You get your Golden Cog, you got your Leprechaun, you got your Clockwork Sphinx and all that. Once you get your Rowan team fully fleshed out, you start using that, and you like throw the Goblin team to the side. Never use it again. Now you're using Rowan all the time. You're using her to get everything done, the Kingdom quests, the class quests, the world quests. Then the Underworld opens up, you go down there, you do City of Thieves 3 times a day on level 20, every single day. While you're doing that, you're getting Chaos Shards, you're taking those to other factions, like the Sunken Fleet, shooting for the Miraji Queen, because eventually you're going to add her to that Rowan team. Because she has a 50% start for elementals, and Rowan's an elemental, and that'll just make it more consistent to get the City of Thieves done quicker. The Angel. Ooh, look at that. Epic Vault Key. Counts. Got it while we were grinding. So you keep running that Rowan on 20. You never go above 20 in City of Thieves. You keep upping your quality on City of Thieves with your treasure that you get while you're throwing for Miraji Queen and stuff. Use that treasure to up your quality. Get the quality to 10. Now your City of Thieves is worth even more every day you do it. Then you're still throwing Chaos Shards at portals. Like, get the Miraji Queen fully ascended. Like, get 6 copies so you can make her level 20. And then watch out for her trait stone so you can get her fully traded as well. Chad's been a member for 28 months. That's freaking awesome. You're the man, bro. All right, we got Cindy. We're looking for Hoagie, though. Usually I would be excited about Cindy. We're at 74 out of 100. I'm just trying to get to 0 out of 100. I get a boss chest, then I'll go do... It's just the gameplay loop for me on Vault events. I don't come into these with like a billion Gnome-a-paloozas. I have to go get my verses in between. There he is! Alright! That's the guy we're looking for. So we got one. And we already have one, so now we have an extra one. At work and lurking, says Chad. Anya says, me too, I'm short on the blue ones now. I feel like the game has been giving me a weird amount of Dragonite Gnomes, and then a weird amount of Cindies. But then they made Hoagie my low one. I don't know what's going on. It's probably just RNG, but it feels weird. Chad with the 2, thank you so much, bro. Getting that thing started. We died in the train station last week. I don't forget. We have like an amazing stream, I remember it, and when we die in the freaking train station, I remember that too. So we had like an awesome one. The Chatathon was amazing, super awesome, and then we had like we pooped our pants the very next one. But it's fine, because a lot of the time I'll just skip that whole stream right after the Chatathon, because usually I'm, you know, recovering physically from talking for 9 hours straight. We kind of died in the train station last Chatathon, which was Wednesday, or last live stream. Which hasn't happened in a while. So Chad, thank you so much. Getting us out there. You're running out there, trying to get it started. Appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Kind of shows people how to do it. It's like, hey, this is how you do it, guys. Right here. Bang. Get it started. Get that train started. One here, one there. Maybe somebody see, ooh, they do it too. Just like a train, cars going by. Chad was the first train car. Lauren says, working hard on this vault weekend. Yeah, it was a reminder stream. I gotta do those because I'm on PlayStation. Like if I do a Everquest stream, or if I do like a new account playthrough on Gems of War, I can roll it. I could put the reminder up and then use that as my stream, because I'm doing OBS. But Anya, welcome to Shout Out to My Set. Runs out there with Chad, trying to help him out. Hands him his rag, tells him to pull his pants up. His butt crack is showing while he's working on the train engine. He's not twerking, but he's tweaking. He's tweaking, he's turning stuff in there, trying to get it going. It's been sitting for a while. You gotta start it up. If you got a train that's been sitting, if you got a car that's been sitting out in the, got an extra car, you gotta start it every once in a while. Make sure the battery doesn't die. So we're out there trying to get it started so we can like rev it up once a week or once a month or whatever. So Anya's like, we gotta rev this thing up or else the battery's gonna die. And then it's gonna take more work to get it going again. You know what I mean? So Kenji Suka with the 2. My Rowan is fully built now, thanks to you. Yeah, let's go, let's continue with that, thank you so much for the 2, by the way. And Anya, we must pray. You are now a sinner and one with the choir. Appreciate that. Joining back up, I'm sure you've been a member before. You've been around a while. Yeah, then you take your Rowan, you got your Mirage Queen. I always like doing this. I like the delve, or the beginner, how to do the game strategy guide. But just keep doing City of Thieves. It's boring. You're going to get bored of it, but you're going to do it 3 times a day, every day on level 20, never go past level 20. Your Rowan teams just start blowing through it, though, like one-shotting, getting it done super fast. Do all the rooms. Do it in treasure multiplier order if you want to. If you don't, no big deal. I think there's like a certain order you can do it in to where you get like lots of gold too. Like the Cedric rooms, the gold rooms. But it doesn't matter. As long as you do it every day, that's the important part. 3 times a day, level 20. So you got your Mirage Queen now. Then you would go after the King Gobtruffle in Amonithrax. You want to get like 7 of that guy. So you keep going. Got your Mirage Queen fully ascended, fully traded and stuff. It's on your Rowan team now. You're still doing City of Thieves 3 times a day. Go after Gobtruffle. You want to make sure you get multiple copies of them. You want to fully ascend them and then have an extra copy so you can use 2 of them. Because the main team that Gobtruffle is on uses 2. You got Forest Troll, Gobtruffle, Doomed Glaive, or Doomed Club, or a Boreal Crystal, or anything like that. Really any weapon. If it's going right, you don't need to cast the weapon. But some weapons are better than others. Like the glaive has a entangle and a leaf storm, which helps it loop and not get backfired. And it turns brown into Doomskull, and you're making green and brown with the Gob Truffle, so it's just like the perfect weapon for that team. The Doom Club turns green to Doomskull, so that's the other way to go. It's just a little bit worse because you don't really want to turn green to... you want to keep the green on the board. You don't want to get rid of it, but still second best. And I think a Boreal Crystal is the next best one. It has a Leaf Storm on it. It's elemental typing. But once I have multiple Gob Truffles fully ascended, I would go after Queen Beatrix after that. Some people like to switch to a Gob Truffle or Queen Beatrix team after they get those troops. I usually stick with Rowan for a little bit. I like to get my magic up first. I don't know. I'll stick with Rowan. It's easier to get guard medals than it is. Some people are antsy, though. They want to use the new troop. They want to go use Beatrix, or they want to go use Gob Truffle, like, right away. I usually kind of wait, because guard medals and armor is way easier to come by than it is to get magic. Like, Nisha medals and magic stats is way harder. So your Rowan's going to hit super hard for longer and easier than, like, getting a Gob Truffle to hit really hard, or, like, Beatrix to hit really hard. You just got to have patience. The Rowan will be better than the Beatrix or the Gob Truffle for a period of time right after you get them. And then when you build your magic up a little bit, you'll switch to, like, Gob Truffle and Beatrix later. Rowan can carry you from all the way from the beginning to all the way to the end. So if you're still using, you feel like, oh man, I'm still using Rowan. Shouldn't I be using something else by now? No. Like, Rowan is good all the way to the end of the game. It's fine if you're still using it. I know it's kind of boring, but... Alright, there's our boss chest. So we're going to go do a Gnome-a-palooza now. That's my cue. DC United with the 10. Thank you so much. So Kenji had run out there with Anya and Chad, and they actually got it started. You know, they took a little minute because they turned the key and everything, and it's been a while. It's been a whole week since it's been started up. So it kind of like, but it wasn't clicking. It was just like, and then it starts, right? So they start revving it. They don't want it to like die again. And DC runs out there like, keep it going, like rev it up, don't let it go down. With the 10, he's like, come on everybody, let's go, before it dies again. He says, howdy, Sinnycool, and all you Sinners Choir members and lurkers, too. In case you haven't already done so, please do leave a like. Appreciate your presence and consideration. Glad to be with you all. Thank you, DC. You're the man. That's our GM right there, our general manager of the stream, of the channel. The vice president of the channel. If I ever, you know, we gotta be in 2 different places. I fly in Air Force One, he flies in Air Force 2. If I'm going to a meeting, he's got to stay back in the White House. So he's like the vice president. If I go down, he's got to step up and take over. The managing moderator right there. Kenji says, so far, faithfully doing those things. Good to know. I need to get more copies too. Yeah, you want to fully ascend because then they'll be more powerful. Oops, I got to go do my... Ooh, I got a hoagie while I was accidentally going too far. Sweet. Alright, let's do a Gnome-a-palooza now. Switch back to Sister Superior. So when you're hunting versus, you do Dust Devil, Triple Ironhawk. When you're doing Gnome-a-paloozas, you throw the Sister Superior on there because you need that little bit of extra damage for some of the gnomes. Where are you at? Usually I'll copy-paste so I don't have to do this, but I've been lazy this weekend. There we go. And this is the order I recommend, especially if you're on console. If you're on PC, it's a whole different story. This is why you can't just take advice from anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on console. If you're on console, you should listen to me because I have a controller. I'm on PlayStation. You also have a controller. You're also on PlayStation or Xbox. Me and you are more similar than you and somebody else on PC. They have a mouse. They can clicky-clack with their mouse. You can't do that. You have a controller, right? So listen to me, the guy that's the same as you, who's playing on the same thing as you, right? So Dust Devil, Ironhawk, Sister Superior in this order. Dust Devil on top, just in case. Just in case you don't kill everything, you want to be able to take yellow and brown and not block your Ironhawk. Like your Ironhawks would block your Dust Devil. If you happen to need to get your Dust Devil back up because something survives, you want it in first slot so you can take yellow and brown and get it back up real quick. Sister Superior in last slot because she uses green, which no one else on the team uses, so if you happen to need to get her up, you can just take green. And she's in the confirm position for controller players. So this is why it's different than PC. So Sister Superior is in the X position. You hold an L, you push X, right? It's faster if you put her in that slot, where you can push X twice real quick, instead of pushing a different button like square or circle. So just trust me. Just trust me, this is faster, putting it in this order for console players. People with the controller, at least. Let's run one just to get it locked in here. I know I don't have to, but I like to anyway. Kenji says, I don't have a good weapon yet. Working towards brown 100 for the hammer. I think it's like 13 brown that you need for the Mountain Crusher. They should send it to you in the mail once you get 13 mastery. And then you want to work towards, like, Mang, which is red. But keep taking brown, because there's other brown weapons. There's Mount Crusher, Mang, Black Manacles. They're all brown. So you keep taking brown, because you need brown mastery. And then, like, red is your second option if you don't see brown, because you want to get Mang. Because Mang can carry you through certain things that, you know, like your Rowan team, maybe you can't use it for a certain faction, but you could use Mang. Mang can win for you instead of if you can't use Rowan. And then Black Manacles is a really good weapon, so you want to take purple. But all the while, you're taking brown, because you need brown, too, for all those weapons. But it's brown, red, purple, in that order. If you see brown, take it. If you don't see brown, look for red. If you don't see red, look for purple. If you don't see any of that, you want to look for yellow, because you're going for Golden Cog, which is red-yellow. And it'll boost your armor and help your Rowan hit harder. So, that's the order that you do them in, the mastery. Every single time you level up, you'll get a choice between two colors. Just like never pick green, always pick brown. And just do that order. Brown, red, purple, yellow, blue, green. I think is my order. Because the Golden Cog kind of stepped up in the rotation there. I used to do blue ahead of yellow for Bronze Lock Pistol. But I think Golden Cog's more important than Bronze Lock Pistol for early game. You need some way to boost your armor for your Rowan to do more stuff. Alright, let's go this Gnome-a-palooza. Let's see how much we got first. I always like to look. So I got 4,853 gems. I've been buying, every time I've seen a green deed, I've been buying it. That's why I used to have over 5,000, but here and there they keep selling me green deeds and I buy them because I'm so close to getting Zul'Kari to 20. That's the only thing I'm buying, though, with gems is green deeds at the moment. Lots of souls, lots of glory. And we have 191 vault keys. 543 Dragonite, which is pretty decent. And then... Awesome! Look at this! Mine is so... It's crazy. All of a sudden, brown is the one. Like, mine are so, like, perfectly aligned, which is kind of scary. So what if we have 0 of all of them? I don't know. You guys like it like this better, or would you rather have, like, 3 of them with 20 and then 1 with 0? Mine are close. But I got 4 Gnome-a-paloozas. Let's go. Remember, I came into this with none, and I have 4 all of a sudden, so it is possible. People do have bad streaks of luck, though, and get, like, nothing that they need. That's when you'll have less vault keys. You'll just get unlucky. Like, the verse gnome that you need just won't pop up. But that's how I do it. Like, in between Gnome-a-paloozas, I try to get a verse. DC says, glad to be with you all. Wished it had at least autocorrected to Vlad to be with you. Not sure what Flad is. Yeah. Kenji says, Team PS5 as well. Kenji says, I only need 13 brown. Yeah, you might already have it. Go check. It's called Mountain Crusher. R. Noonie. What do I don't after completing all kingdom? What do I do after completing all kingdoms? Probably get all your classes opened up. Go to the Underworld, start doing City of Thieves 3 times a day. Work on your world quest stuff, and that's about it. You work on getting all your factions opened up, you know? Once you open all your kingdoms, they're going to tell you about the Underworld, and then they're going to have all these factions that you need to open. They give you like a whole nother thing of kingdoms to open up, you know? Alright, let's go. We're looking at the clock in the upper left-hand corner. It says 35. So when it says 36, we're going to go to 51. So we'll know when it's ending. It'll end around 51. And we're going to go straight to Wild Plains, start killing all gnomes. But once you get your quality to 10 in City of Thieves, and you get your horde level to 100, because that's part of like your renown, and it gives you more stats, you'll be hitting harder, clearing it easier, it'll go faster, but you keep doing it. So now you got the Mirage Queen, now you got Gob Truffle, multiple copies, fully ascended. Now you got Queen Beatrix, you go to Deep Hive, you get her. Do the same thing, get multiple copies, fully ascender. So that takes a while. Then you want to get stuff like Magma Dragon, Harpy Mage, Gargoyle, Shoggoth. There's still other good troops you can get in the Underworld. Harpy Mage is really good when you can't use Leprechaun. It's a 75% start, yellow and red. Magma Dragon's awesome with Phoenicia. It's like one of the fastest teams in the entire game. Shoggoth's really good if you have Osha's Tome and 2 Shoggoths. It's true damage to multiple enemies. It explodes. It's kind of like that weapon, that red rocket weapon that came out. The red macaque. Macaque is red. Which I think is completely unnecessary. It's a nice treat for people that bought the campaign, but I don't think it should entice you to buy the campaign if you haven't already bought it. I've been pooping on it a little bit, but keep in mind, I don't have it. And I'm just trying to save people some money. I don't think anybody needs to buy it if you haven't. If you already paid for the campaign, it's a nice treat. But I don't think anybody needs to go spend money on it. You got Queen Beatrix, you got Arachnean Weaver, you got Shoggoth, you got Scourge of Honor. You don't really need that weapon. So it's okay that it explodes, but sometimes stuff like that, it's like, I wish, if I was going to use that weapon, I would hope that it would clear in one shot when I'm using it. So then everything else that it does after that doesn't really matter. Because when I'm using it properly, hopefully it's one-shotting. And who cares if it explodes? But it could be good. I like to... It's nice to have the option. I think that weapon is a nice addition to somebody's arsenal, but I don't think it's like worth spending money on, because there's so many other ways to hit all enemies with true damage. And then you can't really, like, if somebody already spent the money and then they get the weapon, you can't really trust their opinion about the weapon because they paid money, so now they have to justify... They want the weapon to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they paid money, they're getting something for their money, they want it to be good, so they're going to tell you that it's good so that they feel like they spent money wisely. They can't take that back, so... Me, right now, I could go buy the weapon right now if I wanted to. It's not something I can't take back. It's the same thing as kingdom levels, where I could go do them right now and get 16, 17 in every kingdom. So I feel like my opinion's more on point than somebody that already bought the campaign, they already spent the money, and then they get handed a weapon as a reward for spending money. Their opinion is now skewed because they want it to be good, because they want it to be good value, because they want their money to be spent wisely. So they kind of have this little bit of bias and skewedness to their opinion about the weapon. Me, I could get it right now if I want it. It's like $5. Fortunately, if you already paid the $5, you got the weapon, you can't undo that. You can't get your $5 back, so it's not the same. But the people I'm talking to are the people trying to decide if they want to spend the money to get the weapon, and I would say don't do it. Get it for free one day, you don't need it that bad. It's not worth it. There's other ways to do that. It's not the only way in the game to hit all enemies with true damage. But it is a nice treat for those that did spend money and keep the game going, and I do appreciate it, and I think you deserve it. Because it is useful in certain situations where, let's say a class event, and you don't have Dawnbringer. Maybe it'll work well there. Like places that you think about using Dawnbringer is kind of what comes to mind for me for my cock is red. That's where I would use it. Like Dawnbringer spots. Places where you don't have good, like the restriction of troops is difficult, but you have access to all your weapons. That'd be a good spot to use my cock is red. Florian with the 5. Thank you so much. So it was Chad. He ran out there. Anya came out there to help. DC says, rev it up. Keep it going. Let's go. And Florian's like, yes, I'm jumping on as it leaves the station. And we're on the move. Thank you so much, Florian and DC, for getting it rolling. We're taking off. We're out of here. Zombies are jumping through the windows at the train station. They're ripping people's throats out. But 2 dozen of us ran to the train, jumped on, and we're out of here. Appreciate it, Florian. Noonie says I messed up on City of Thieves. I'll try to read it while I do this Gnome-a-palooza. Sorry, Gnome-a-paloozas, it's hard to do the chat, but I'm going to try. Because of the event last week, I can only do level 30 delves because I went over to the next page. Yeah, that screws a lot of people up. Don't feel bad. It happens to a lot of people. Level 30 isn't terrible. I think 20 just has like a weird multiplier to where it's better, but you could try it. If you want to, you could switch to a different faction, or you could just do 30. Once 20's gone, it's gone. So you either got to decide, am I going to go do the Warrens? Am I going to go do Silver Necropolis? Or am I going to stay here and do 30 at City of Thieves? I think 30 is pretty much the same as 50, so you could just keep going if you want. You could just do 50. Yeah, I think the Warrens is my second favorite for people that screwed up their City of Thieves, the Warrens, because you can use your Skeleton Key team, and I don't recommend it much these days. But back a couple years ago, it was the best team in the game, the Skeleton Key team, because you can get gold as you do everything else. Which is how I would recommend getting gold. I don't like when people sit there and are only getting gold these days. It used to be a thing. But as you do your adventure board, as you do your dungeon, as you do a pet, as you do certain things, you use the Skeleton Key team, you get gold too. While you're wearing your dragon armor, while you're wearing your Death Knight armor, while you got your mini mimic, like you're just getting all this extra gold while you get stuff done. Adventure board, dungeon, pets. So, a couple years ago, I actually called it the best team in the game, because gold is important to stay in a good guild, and being in a guild is the most important thing in the game. So that was the train of thought to that video, which, by the way, was 2 or 3 years ago, so I might think different these days. The train of thought was, what's the most important thing in the game? Well, it's to be in a guild. You can 30 times everything you do by being in a guild. So not being in a guild is the worst thing you can do. So being in a guild is the best thing you can do. How do you get into a guild, and how do you get into a better guild? How do you make that even better by going to a better and better and better guilds? Well, you get gold. You're able to do certain requirements, tasks. Like, oh, I can afford to do this much gold now. So using that Skeleton Key team for everything as you do it helps you to keep your gold stack up. Which nowadays I would just recommend doing the Vault, Gnome-a-paloozas, Ironhawks, Roans. I probably wouldn't recommend Skeleton Key, but that was the idea behind that video. It's gold, gold, better guild, better guild. If you stay in the same guild and your gold, like, go to a better guild. Another thing I want to show you guys, once I'm done with this, I want to show you how much gold I've given to my guild. Just to show you. Like, you might say, Sinnycool, you only have 15 million gold. You can't be right about this gold farming thing. Well, let me show you how much gold I've given to my guild, too. It's like 200 million. Like, the proof is in the pudding that you don't need to gold farm. I don't understand why people do it at all. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. Right now is when you gold farm. Right now. If you're not going hard in the vault, but you gold farm, that's kind of backwards. That's bass backwards. You're sitting in your chair backwards because you look cool. With your hat on backwards, too. But yeah, I would go do the Warrens, or maybe go do the Warrens with Skeleton Key Team, because it's able to be done there. You get yourself some extra gold. City of Thieves is definitely the best. It has the best treasure rooms. It has like awesome multiplier. You can use Rowan, and you get it done so fast that it's not like a chore every day, as much as another faction would be. But if you just screwed up City of Thieves, go to the Warrens, use your Skeleton Key Team, get some extra gold. It takes a little bit longer, you get a little bit less, but it's still pretty good. It's top 5 best factions. Why'd I do that? That's stupid. I got enticed by the extra turn. Oops. Kenji says a year ago you said in a video doing the treasure maps is a waste of time, but I love the gameplay. Yeah, I still think that's true. Treasure maps is a waste of time. It's because it's not Gems of War. It's a totally different game. There's no troops, there's no storms, there's no spells, there's no... The way the gems move isn't the same. It just makes you worse at the game because it's a completely different game. So if you start to think like, ooh, I'm good at treasure maps, it doesn't in any way transfer to being good at this game. And the loot that you get isn't good. You can get better loot anywhere else. So the entire reason... The reason you would play a mode is to either get better at the game or to get resources for the game. And it doesn't hit any of those two boxes. But there's a third checkbox where are you having fun? If you're having fun, I would just say, why don't you go play a different game? If you're going to play Treasure Hunt, you might as well go play Elden Ring or Baldur's Gate 4 or Starfield or whatever the heck it's called, or go play a different game if you're going to play Treasure Hunt, because it's not Gems of War, and you could play something funner that's not Gems of War. Still my opinion, until they fix it. They're going to have to add, like, Dragonite. They're going to have to add, maybe shiny dust or something to the treasure maps to make me want to play it. It's going to have stuff in it that I actually need. Deeds, writs, shiny dust, Dragonite. They're going to have to add all that crap to the treasure hunt to make me want to play it. Or change the way it's played, or... I don't think they're ever going to change the way it's played. It's always going to be not Gems of War. But they can add better resources to make it worth your time. So right now, all you can get is like 1 gem if you happen to... Yeah. If you do really good, you get 1 gem. Takes you 15 minutes. It's not worth it. Doing a Gnome-a-palooza, sorry, I'm probably behind in the chat. Ken G is on the train, yep. Good morning, Tom. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good, in a good mood, having a good day. Kicking some butt on Gems of War. Noonie says, I'll give the Warrens a try. Thank you. No problem. Try your Skeleton Key team. I almost forget what it is. I think it's a Cedric, Egg Thief, Skeleton Key, Greed. Cedric Sparkle Sack. Cedric Sparkle Sack, Egg Thief, Skeleton Key, Greed. And you just cast the Egg Thief over and over until you get the Skeleton Key up. Or no, you cast Greed first to get your gold up. Because everything on the team boosts off your gold. So you want to cast Greed first. It's empowered, so it's like a free turn. Then you cast Egg Thief, so you match like green and red to get up Egg Thief. Cast her to get up the key. Then you cast the key. Usually it'll one-shot 2 things on the enemy's team. Then you cast the egg again until you get up your key, and then you cast the key. Kill the other 2. It's pretty quick. Rowan's faster because she kills everything in one shot, so all 4 go down in 1 hit. But the key, it'll kill 2, then it'll kill 2. And you're getting extra gold. Like the Warrens is known for having good good treasure rooms, and you can use a gold farming team on it. every single day, 3 times a day, you can use your skeleton key gold farming team on the Warrens while you're getting chaos shards, while you're getting treasure, while you're doing the Underworld 3 times a day. City of Thieves is the recommendation because it's the best faction to farm every day because its treasure rooms are the best and its multiplier. And you can run Rowan because you're going to get bored of doing Underworld 3 times a day. So it's better to have a team that just does it quickly and gets it over with. Hey, there's Hoagie in a Gnome-a-palooza. I think I need a different gnome now. I need the brown one. Who's the brown one? Is that Slash? We got Gene Simmons here. I think I called him Slash earlier, but Slash is the guy with the hat. Plays the guitar. Gene Simmons is the Hoagie. Sticks his tongue out. Alright, I think it's over. Trey gifted a membership. Thank you so much. So we're on the train. We're moving at a decent rate, like 10 miles an hour, maybe 15. And Trey runs back there and starts shoveling some coal into the fire to make us go faster. Gifted a membership. One thing that's fun to look at here, if you do it my way, where you run a Gnome-a-palooza, then you hunt versus until you get to your boss chest, and then you get 0, as close to 0 as you can before you run your next Gnome-a-palooza. The fun thing about that is while you're running your Gnome-a-palooza, you start at 0, see how many myth stones you can get during your Gnome-a-palooza. For me, it's somewhere between like 65 and 75 myth stones. I have 0, like I don't have any level 16, 17 extra myth stone business either. It's like I have the flat lowest amount. So you might have an extra 10% or 30% or 20%. So keep that in. Just try to beat your own record. Like 66 is not, I didn't beat it. Like my record's like 72 myth stones or something. So I try to go faster and faster each time. See how many myth stones I can get. It'll tell me, did I do good or did I not do good? I got 66, that's on the low end, so that was kind of slow. Probably because I'm live streaming. If I wasn't live streaming, I'd be trying to do frame perfect like freaking Sister Superiors. And I probably would have got a couple extra battles in there. 66 myth stones, that's pretty crappy as far as how fast I went. Then we go check on everything like our vault keys. Catch up in the chat too. I always grab my pity keys. I don't really care. Like the first time we had pity keys, the second time, third time, it's kind of cool to see how many you could get. But nowadays, you can know. Like, I don't care to. I don't mind just grabbing them. I don't need to see how many I get. I already know. And then, as far as everything goes here, we're at 224 vault keys. I'm trying to get at least 300 this weekend. 250 at the bare minimum. Last vault event, I got 400 something, so this is going to be not as good. But I'm also not spending as much gems right now, so I don't really... I got done with the freaking Diamantina. I'm heading back in the right direction. So I'm not... I should be going super hard just to get my gem stack back as quick as possible. But the fact that I'm not spending as much gems is going to help me replenish. So 224... And we got 3 Gnome-a-paloozas. But instead of just running them back to back to back, I would advise you to go and run your myth stones up to 100, get the boss chest, then run your next Gnome-a-palooza. It gives you a chance to stay ahead of your verses, too. Let's go get Ironhawk back on the team. And we're just going to look for verses for 44 myth stones, or 34 myth stones. Not too long. Yellowish Wolf Warfare Gaming. When I last played Gems of War years ago, the console version and PC version were different. I used to play on Xbox, but just started on PC. Are the different versions on par with each other these days? They're all the same, like except for Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch is on a different timeline because it came out later, and so they're like 6 to 9 months behind us on everything. Like their updates, their events, and everything are behind us. But everybody else is pretty much the same. It's just like PC, they have their own leaderboards. You know, they use the mouse. The only difference is that. Console, we have our own leaderboards. We use a controller. That's the only difference. I think PC has it loads way faster, so stuff like this, the vault event, they get way more vault keys than us. They can get through way more battles in a row. Like during a Gnome-a-palooza, they can get more battles done because their loading bar is definitely faster. Mine is terrible. It takes twice as long to load between every single battle. So I definitely recommend people play on PC mobile because, first of all, that's where most of the people are. Second of all, your loading bar is faster, which helps in tons of stuff, especially Vault Event. Third, you can take it on the road with your phone. You can play in the toilet. You can play at the grocery store. You can get your tribute whenever you want. And I know there's ways around that with like Xbox and PlayStation, but why, like, just to bring your phone, like, you don't have to do anything. You just PC Mobile's definitely the way to go if you're just now starting up. PlayStation has like weird offers, like PlayStation's like the weirdest one. Probably shouldn't do PlayStation. And that's the one I do. They're always behind, like their shop is always weird and I don't know. We do have a cool dungeon offer that like is different. That's the only plus of being on PlayStation is right here. Neither one of these are for money. They're both for gems. And on everything else, I think it's for money. One of these is for money. But for PlayStation, it's both for gems. So if you wanted to be free to play and get more diamonds, you could still do it. You wouldn't have to spend any money. That's how I say, like, PlayStation's weird with their shops and their money stuff. Sometimes it's different than other places. Like, it costs more, or it costs less, or it don't cost, or it comes out a month later. Like, the Deep Shrine didn't come out for, till a month after the update. What are we doing? Let's go get our verses. DC says the only platform that's a little behind from time to time is Nintendo Switch. Florian says I consumed a lot of gems in the last 2 weeks and delved factions. I was left behind and now I started a campaign to finish them. Yeah, I'm doing mine I'm doing the slow roll with my factions. I've been waiting till the event comes around so I can have like double potions and double stats and makes it easier, kind of. Depends. Depends where I'm at. If I'm on level 400 in a faction, I'm not going to spend a bunch of gems on an event to go from 0 to 500 again. But if I'm on level 100 something or 200 something, I might consider it so I can speed it up and get it all done in 3 days. Kind of slow rolling that, just like my classes. There's no need. I feel like I almost have this game beaten. Like, there's not that many people out there that have every single troop in the game like I do. Without spending any money. So all I got left is, like, easy... Like, getting classes to 100 is just a matter of time type of thing. Doing the factions is a little bit harder, but... I think that's even, like, getting all my factions to 500 would be more impressive than getting all my classes to 100. It's actually something that's difficult. Pure Faction 500. Some of them are difficult. But like, we had one, I used to do them, like, every time a faction would pop up, I'd make myself get that one done. Especially recently. So we had we had, like, a Monithrax a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe. And I wasn't able to spend gems on it, because, I don't know, it's just super low on gems. So I told myself, well, now you have to get it done. Like, so I'm really close on that one. I'm on, like, level 450. I'll probably get it done next week. But I remember that. I'm like, okay, you didn't do it. The faction event came, and you needed to get it done. And you didn't have the gems to do it. Now you gotta force yourself to go play it every day for 3 times a day until you get it done. Well, that's how I'm doing it, like the slow roll. If I see it pop up as an event, it's like, okay, now you either get it done or get it done one way or the other now. Whether you do the event or you go do it slow way, get it done now. Free stuff, deeds are always the way to go. They're hard to get. Ingots, you kind of, once you get deeper in the game, ingots just flow. Beginning of the game is kind of hard and you'll be like, where do you get those? But as you get further in the game, like, they just start giving them to you, like, every day, and you just, like, won't even be a problem later in the game. You'll have way too many ingots. It's when you're impatient, you, like, want to level certain weapons, and you don't have the ingots or something, like... You only need you don't really need a bunch of weapons. You can get by with like Golden Cog, Mountain Crusher, and Mang, and Black Manacles. Which shouldn't cost too many ingots. Some weapons don't even need to be like leveled up. Pizza time. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Oh man, I gotta pee pretty bad. I might have to go pee. Florian says I consumed a lot of gems in the last 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Kenji says done lunching. Time to continue the vault grind. Of course, I'll keep listening though. Appreciate that. Anything you guys do to help, man. We're like a team here. I'm not some crazy... Look, I just got a brown verse, y'all. I'm not some crazy YouTuber that, like, is a full-time YouTuber that's just, like, put my nose up at everybody. I'm just a regular dude that barely makes anything off of this, so anything you can do to help, I appreciate. I need the help more than, like, probably everybody else that you watch. So everybody else that you watch probably make, except for Jim's people, they don't make nothing. So definitely support them. Like anything else you watch, though, most people are probably like full-time, like making lots of money. I'm barely scraping by, so anything you can do to help, like leave a like, leave the videos on, watch them whenever you think about it. Like, let's be a team, let's help each other out here. You need to know anything about the game, I got you, but return the favor by liking and watching, and it's not always about money, it's about the effort. We can get money from YouTube and Google. You guys can help me get us money from YouTube and Google. Just by leaving a like and leaving videos, watching videos, and Angel, come on, green deed, green deed, green deed. No. This is like 2 piles of poop. I'll take this brown pile of poop. Alright, gotta watch my myth stones. I'm about to take like a 5-second break to go to the bathroom after this one. Drink a big old bottle of water before I started. 1 sec, y'all. I gotta go to the bathroom. Go pee-pee. I'll be right back. Did you wash your hands? Efley's here. Tom says that's the best place to get shiny medals for shiny troops. What's the best place? That's the best place to get shiny medals for shiny troops. DC says PS also gives gem keys instead of gems. Rainman's here. Pizza time. Just dipping in to say that I can't stay but have an awesome day today. Appreciate that. Pizza Time says I got Diamantina, but saw you got it first. I owe you a pizza. Hey, I'm just glad you got it. My friend who hadn't played in a long time, like, what this? It's an angel, and it was a really good one, too, and had an epic vault key. We just got one of those earlier. That's awesome. Yeah, angels can give you really good stuff, or they can give you 2 piles of poop to choose between, you know? Where is the best place to get shiny medals for shiny troops? Like the shiny tokens? You can't go get them right now. You can't just like farm them right now. You have to be in a guild, do the extra reward thing. You know, like Journey, Invasion, Raids, Tower of Doom. They all got extra rewards added. Like 13, 14, 15, 16, those tiers. Those have shiny keys. So you use your shiny keys. When you open your shiny keys, you get the shiny tokens, the shiny dust. They also give you some tokens for those rewards. Like whatever the troop of the week is, they'll give you some tokens. Like right now we have the journey event, right? So the journey event used to only go up to like reward tier 12 or something. They added on 13, 14, 15, and 16, which now have shiny keys and tokens for the shiny troop of the week. So you would take those shiny keys, you would go open them, and then you would get like random tokens and stuff like that out of the chest. But you don't really want to do that. You kind of want to save your shiny keys because you have a better chance of getting, like the troop of the week, the shiny troop of the week. You have a better chance of getting the tokens for that troop during its week. So if there's like a crappy troop, you don't want to be throwing your shiny keys and getting extra crap for the crappy troop. You want to wait until there's a good shiny troop and then throw your shiny keys. So pretty much save them up right now. Don't do it. And there's no way to get extra tokens and dust and stuff. Just the only way to, you'd have to make sure your guild gets everything done to full completion. It's the only way you can get extra, and you can't really get extra, you're just getting like the amount that they give you right now. They're kind of like spoon feeding us shiny keys at the moment. You can only get what they're giving us. You can only open your mouth and take the airplane. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. There's no way you can get like extra tokens right now. There probably will be in the future though. Like, you know how Dragonite was like you only got it through the dungeon for a little bit, and then they added a Dragonite gnome, and then they added the Underspire, and they kept adding ways to get Dragonite? They're gonna do that with shiny keys too, I bet. Hey, we just got another brown verse. We're doing pretty good. You guys are good luck. Tom was referring to playing on PC mobile. Oh, okay, I see. What do we do here? Yellow. Yellow, skulls, brown. That's all you can do. Sometimes that guy will survive. It's no big deal, though. It happens once every once in a while. That's why you don't want to have the boss chest happen during a Gnome-a-palooza, because something like that can happen. It costs you time. We're opening a chest. This is costing us time. The Torass survived. It cost us time. It's not that big of a deal. If you don't want to, if you have 50,000 Gnome-a-paloozas, just run them back to back to back and don't care about your boss chest. That's fine. I'm talking about people who have 1 or 2 Gnome-a-paloozas. This is the way I recommend doing it. That way, when you're doing your Gnome-a-palooza, you don't have to open boss chests. You don't have to see a troop survive and have to figure out how to kill it real quick. And it wastes like a couple battles that you could have did. Maybe got a couple more vault keys. You don't want to accidentally get like a mimic during a Gnome-a-palooza. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I'm doing it, I'm making it the least likely chance that I'm going to have any kind of problems during a Gnome-a-palooza. So no boss chest, no mimic, no troop that survives. Like this is going to be the smoothest Gnome-a-palooza that it can be. Because I'm going to, as close to 0 as I can out of 100 miststones. It's not that big of a difference, but it is a difference. Let's go get Sister back. To continue with the Underworld narrative, you would get your Mirage Queen fully ascended, your Gob Truffle, multiple copies fully ascended, your Beatrix, same thing, multiple copies fully ascended. You just keep going and get every troop from the Underworld, and just start with the good ones, like Magma Dragon, Shoggoth, Harpy Mage, Gargoyle, but you're going to go get all of them, like all the troops, and get them all fully ascended. So you want Gargoyle, and you want multiple copies, and you want Gargoyle fully ascended. So you're going to have to like pull a certain amount of Gargoyles to get that done. You don't just go get one and call it done. You got to get a bunch of them. So you're going to keep going to Hall of Guardians and getting Gargoyles. So that's just going to take time, because you're going to be running City of Thieves. You're going to be getting Chaos Shards. You're going to take those to Hall of Guardians. You're going to throw them at Hall of Guardians. You're going to get like 1 or 2 Gargoyles. You're going to need more and more and more. So you're going to keep doing it every day. Then you're going to have to do it with Shoggoth, and then you're going to have to do it with Harpy Mage, and then you're going to have to do it with Queen Zachi or whatever. Like, so it's going to take a long-ass time to get all the troops and all the troops fully ascended. And then after that, while you're doing that, You know, you get your City of Thieves to Horde 100. You can even go to like 133, 155, go to a soft cap that makes it faster and easier. And once you're there, once you're happy with your Horde level, City of Thieves Horde level, you can go to other kingdoms and make sure all their qualities are at 10. That'd be the next step. Now you're going to whatever your next target might be. You don't even know what your next target is, so just do them all. Like, go to Sunken Fleet and get its quality to 10. Go to Amani-Thrax and get its quality to 10. And the Warrens, get its quality to 10. And then get them all to Horde level 100, because you're going to have to get that for your Renown. Every single faction has to be at 100 to get your full Renown points, like your 500 points for Renown, which will give you a stat eventually. The more Renown you get, there's like a little... But like, it's just like your kingdom level and power. The further you go, you get bonuses, you get stats, you get whatever. So the more Renown you get, the closer you get to another stat for your whole account. So you're going around getting all your factions to Horde level 100 because that gives you 500 Renown. And then you get closer to a stat. So it just takes a very long time. That's why I don't usually go that much further after that, because it's going to take you forever to get that done. And you're still doing City of Thieves the entire time because it's the fastest, it's the easiest, it uses a low-level team, and you still got so much stuff to do. You got so many troops to get, you got so much Horde level to go on every single faction, and so much quality to do on every single faction. So eventually you're going to do all those factions to 500. So you want them, you want to have their Horde level at 100 and their quality at 10, and that's the bare minimum, that's the base amount. So you want to go around and do that to all of them. So while you're doing City of Thieves every day, you might as well go do that to all the other factions too. And get all the troops, and get all the troops fully ascended. And now you're going to have an arsenal of like legendaries that are pretty awesome, like Queen Beatrix and Gobtruffle and Magma Dragon and all that stuff, Miraji Queen. Alright, so on top of getting stats for Renown, you're getting amazing legendaries that are going to help you in other places. And more troops for kingdoms up top, because they're associated. Alright, let's run a Gnome-a-palooza. Let's see how many myth stones I can get, just to see how good I do, and then how many vault keys we get too. Another cool thing to do while you're doing a Gnome-a-palooza is like to look at your gnomes and see if you ever get like a weird combination of gnomes. Like, have you ever got 2 Dragonite gnomes? Have you ever got, how many verse gnomes are you getting during a Gnome-a-palooza? You know what I mean? Like, look at that too, like as you're out of the corner of your eye while you're just blowing through them all. Like, see if you ever get like a weird combination of gnomes. Like, it's hard to get more than 1 Dragonite gnome. It's like hard to get a Dragonite gnome and a verse gnome. Have you ever got 2 verse gnomes? Like, it barely ever happens. Like, it's kind of fun to see like if you can make that happen. If you get lucky enough. But let's catch them in the chat first. No problem, Tom. Well, they need to start using a backhoe instead of a spoon. Yeah, I mean, people do want those shiny keys. Pizza says, speaking of shiny stuff, got my second shiny shadow Pokemon yesterday, which is super rare. Man, I've always wanted to play Pokemon again. It's been a long time for me. I've played Pokemon, though, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like a huge Pokemon fan. I'm just, I've played Red and... It was like Red and Blue back in the day. I played those, and then I played like Pokemon Snap and a couple other... I'm not like a big Pokemon dude, but I like it, and I would play it. I like RPGs, so any kind of RPG, like, I usually like them. And Pokemon is an RPG. Gems of War and Pokemon are kind of similar, right? People see it, and they think it's one thing, but it's really an RPG. Gems of War, people see it, and they think Candy Crush or something, but it's really an RPG. Pokemon, you look at it, you're thinking like, oh, cute little pets and toys and kid stuff, but it's really an RPG that I would love to play that's deep. Most people know that, but it's similar to Gems of War in that way, to where people look at it first glance, they're like, oh, that's just a match game, like a gem matching game where you, like Candy Crush. It's really an RPG, though, similar to Pokemon. That's not just like a toy catch 'em gotcha game. It's also an RPG, by the way, just like Gems of War. Vault event hasn't been kind. I'm at like 86 keys, says Linton. How's it going, Linton? You know, just do your best. Sometimes RNG is not nice. You cycle those. Make sure If you're not getting a lot of keys, just make sure you're doing Explore 1. Make sure you're doing, like, the right kingdom, the right team, the right kingdom. Just concentrating and not doing other things. Because people do the vault event wrong. And they... Not that you are, but you can do it wrong. Maybe you're opening your vault keys after you get them. There's lots of ways to do it wrong. If you're watching me today, if you're doing it similar to me, then you're doing it right. I know that sounds weird, but... See, I'm just killing low-level enemies over and over and over and over. I'm not opening vault keys. I'm not doing pets. I'm using the same team over and over and over. I'm in the same place over and over and over. I'm doing very weak enemies and just killing them as fast as I can. You don't see me, like, getting distracted by anything. I'm just... Except for the chat. But this is a live stream. Supernova! Just woke up with coffee. Doing that right now? Len says, what do you do with extras after fully ascended? You can just, what's it called? Disenchant them for souls? As long as you know you have enough copies. Make sure you have, like, 4 copies so you can make a full team of the thing. And usually it makes it to where you can't not have. But there are situations where you could accidentally do that. Just make sure you never... Just you're 100% sure that if you disenchant, it's fine. Make sure that... But they give you souls for each troop that you have that's, like, over the fully ascended and 4. They'll give you souls for them. Which, like, if I did that right now, I bet you I'd get, like, 1 billion souls. Which is another reason you don't need to soul farm. I don't even remember how to disenchant. Look, I would get 2,200,000 souls if I disenchanted all my extra troops right now. I don't even care. That's how much... But early game, it's another way to get souls, like if you have 1 billion guardians or something, or like 1 billion of a common troop that you have fully ascended and already have 4 of them. I could get 2 million right now just for disenchanting. I just don't care because souls don't mean anything at the end game. I got 11 million souls. I have nothing to use it on. Even if I could get my cock is red, it only costs like 1 million or 2, and I got that in disenchant. Supernova, hey Daniel! Supernova says, thank goodness for merchants and angels to get more treasure cards to increase my horde level. Game changer. Right? I like merchants and angels to, like, kind of break up the monotony of, like, the vault event while you're hunting versus. I know it's annoying sometimes when it pops up and there's nothing good, but when it's good stuff for, like, gold and then, like, free stuff with the angels, that's always, like, makes it more bearable to continue to hunt for verses. Kenji says, just did a palooza, gets the old heart beaten, right? Pizza says 50 gems for 3 more delve battles, not bad. Right, yeah. You can think about it. Let's say it's Monday, and you have a certain faction on level 350, but you know there's that same faction that weekend. So you could either wait till the weekend and spend like 2,500 gems to get it all the way to 500, or you could do it Monday, three battles Monday, and then buy 50 gems, like buy 3 extra battles, and then Tuesday, same thing, 50. You spend 50 a day, and you get to 500. It's by Friday, now you don't have to spend 2,500. Now you're only spending, what, like 250? It's way better. So sometimes you gotta, like, take that into consideration. Oh, there's this event this weekend with Amonithrax. I'm on level 350. Should I just go ahead and do it all week and spend the extra 50 gems a day or am I going to wait till the faction and spend 2,500 gems to get it from 0 to 500 and start all the way over? Some people have all of it done. They don't have to worry about that. But some of us still need to get some of them done, and we're kind of considering, should I do it the old-fashioned way or should I do it through the faction? What costs less gems? Disenchant pets for pet food too, says DC. Ooh, I might have to go check on that. I haven't checked on that in a while. I forgot about that. That's a good point. Alright, anyway, let's go do this Gnome-a-palooza. We are rolling down the tracks. Everything is fine at the moment. Where the heck is it? There it is. I got 4 of them. Been getting pretty lucky, honestly. Came into the vault event with like 2, and I've been running them every 15 to 20 to 30 minutes or so, and replenishing. Yeah, I forgot about that too, DC. Supernova, 10k chaos shards from my 30 gaps. Nice. Alright, so this is why I got it in this order. Let's say you're on console. So I'm going to hold in L1, I'm going to hold in X. Let go of L1, let go of X, bang, bang. You don't even have to push a button for Sister Superior. You can preload casting her spell. Just wait till the loading bar's over. Hold in L1, hold in X. As soon as her picture pops up, let go of L1 and X. But you let go of L1 first, and then X, like a little machine gun, like L1X. See that? I'm just releasing triggers, I'm not pushing them. That's why you want to have her in last slot, because her confirm is X, so you can preload it. Let me do it fast for a little bit. I talk too much, so you don't get to see me go fast. I'm going to preload my Sister Superior. It's frame perfect. See how you barely see her picture pop up? Mouse has it much easier. You can hover your mouse over the right spot and just keep clicking. Yeah, Trey, I'm down. I don't know what we're gonna do though, but I want to play. I was thinking maybe one of us should get into the main room group and then like invite the other one to it or something. That or we're gonna have to do like the back, just because we've never done it before. But everything's starting to green out. I think we would still get experience. Like, worst case scenario, we could go to the back wall and still get experience a little bit. But it'd be nice to get into that group. So we're gonna, like, out-level that group, you know? We gotta get in there eventually. Be nice to get in there eventually, man. I want to show stuff. Like, I love the game. It's my favorite game ever, but my main thing is, like, showing footage. I want to get in there and, like, show stuff. My main goal isn't really experience or anything or like leveling, it's like showing cool stuff while I do that. Okay, if you know of a different place we can go, sounds good to me. I just know nothing about Unrest, except for what I've seen briefly on YouTube and what me and you have done so far. Remember, during Gnome-a-paloozas, I can't keep up with the chat as good. Nah, see, sometimes I screw it up, too. Like, I let go. What I do is I either let go of the buttons at the same exact time, or I let go of the X first, and that screws you up. You have to do the trigger first, and then the X. Once you get it down, though, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it probably doesn't save you really anything. It just feels like it maybe gives you an extra battle or two over the 15 minutes. And why not do it as fast as you can? Has anybody ran an XP booster and then a Gnome-a-palooza like at the same time? I think the Gnome-a-palooza overwrites the booster. Like you don't get the booster. Pets turn into pet food, just let that sink in your brain. It's pretty dark. Yes, it is gross. Like cannibalism or something. Pizza says, I've never had to disenchant pets for pet food. I have so much pet food, I wish I could give you guys some. Same here. I have like a ton of white pet food. And you know me. That's what I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys like how much gold I've given to my guild to prove that you don't have to gold farm. Then I could show you like my white pet food, my wet pite food. Like I never do pets either, like in a vault event. And I have plenty of pet food. And I've got all my soft caps as far as kingdom levels and stuff. It's like the I want to show you the pudding. Like you already see the souls and the disenchant and the we showed the souls off. But that's also like in-game stuff. Like eventually you don't need certain. I know at the beginning of the game you need souls. But like I always say, you don't have to level up every single troop that you get. Sometimes you don't need to level them up even to just use them real quick. There's an event and you're just trying to stay in a guild and trying to run a couple battles to make sure you get some points for the event, for the guild event. You can use troops and not level them up and just use double sigils for extra stats. There's a weird restriction and you don't have the troops leveled. Don't waste your souls on a troop you're only going to use for a couple days or a week. Use your hero as your main thing. It's doing the damage, or and then just supplementary troops that are on level 1 or level 5. And then you can use twice the sigils because you're just trying to help. You're not trying to be number 1 in the guild or anything. You're just trying to get on the board and not be number 0. You just do the double sigil battles and the quadruple sigil battles instead of leveling your troops. And that's one way to save souls. Then I know there's certain things that take souls. Like, I know you want Dawnbringer. You don't need it, though. You can wait. Meddling troops or something takes souls. You don't have to meddle troops. And I've done two, like I've said, I've done 2 new account playthroughs, so I know how it feels to be a beginner. I know how it feels to not have a lot of souls or gold. And I never felt like I can't play this game because I don't have souls, or I can't play this game because I don't have gold. I never felt like that at all. I never even said that. Like, oh, I don't have souls, I'm screwed now. Nope. Never said it. You can do plenty of stuff without souls, without gold. And just wait till you have more. Just gotta be patient. Dragonite Gnome! He's gonna survive, so we're looking for skulls. We're looking for yellow, brown, green. Try to keep your eye on it and get it as quick as possible. There we go. Dragonite Gnome is a special thing, though. You don't get mad at it. You just be like, oh, well, it's kind of worth it, I guess. Gnome-a-palooza. Pets turn into pet food. Supernova says I have 410 vault keys so far. That's really good. Still not done. I might have over 500 plus. Then farm up more verses for the next event. That's awesome. Sweet. That's how many I wish I could get, 500. I think that's a attainable goal for somebody who plays the game regularly and is good at the game. I think you could possibly get 500. So Supernova's good at the game. Supernova's getting 500. 1,000, you're just a crazy maniac. I know there's people that get 1,000, but you're running Gnome-a-paloozas all weekend, back to back to back to back for more than 10 hours straight. I know it's possible, but I feel like you're just a maniac at that point. 500 is I respect it. 1,000, I think wow. Did you do nothing else all weekend? I mean, that's really awesome, but how is that possible? You did not leave your chair, you did not leave your TV or your computer or something all weekend? Or maybe you have multiple people in the household that play the... You'd have to run versus back to back to back. You'd have to run Gnome-a-paloozas, and that's it. All weekend. You probably need multiple people. Or you're just your whole weekend's just Gems of War and Vault. Which isn't the worst thing ever if you then, like, don't play as much during the week or something. Like, I'm gonna do all my Gems of Warren during the vault. That's smart. Best time, best loot. I've always thought, like, a person could go... You played the vault so super hard. Like a maniac. You could probably take, like, a whole month off of the game and not fall too far behind. As long as you open your vault keys. If you did the vault like a maniac all weekend, like 15 hours a day, you like 45 hours. All Gnome-a-paloozas all weekend. And you get like 1,000, 2,000, something crazy amount of vault keys. You could then, instead of playing the game normally for the next like month or so, you could just open vault keys all day, every day. For the next 20 days, you could open like 100 vault keys a day. You know? And that would be better value than doing anything else in the game. That's why vault is so crazy. You could turn this game into just vault event if you really wanted to. The only thing you would miss out on is like new troops. Like certain things you can't get from vault keys, like shiny keys, deeds, and stuff. But somebody out there could survive just off a vault event. If they played it extremely hard for those 3 days, you could turn this game into just vault. You would do a crazy amount of vault event, and then you would be opening vault keys when it's not vault event, because you have so many that you got to open like 100 a day just to get them all open. It could become this weird cycle where that's all you're doing is vaults and vault keys. And then you would have like the most gems in the game, the most gold, the most souls. Somebody should try to do that. Definitely possible. If you need verse 4, try White Helm. I wish it worked like that. Those are like old wives' tales. It's not supposed to work like that anyway. It's supposed to be complete RNG. It's like any kind of Underspire strategy. Unfortunately, none of them work. Out of the 10 Underspire strategies, there's maybe one that kind of works. You know what I mean? Out of any dungeon strategy, nothing works now. It's all RNG. It's all generated. So no matter what kingdom you're in, it's not going to help you get a certain color verse. It's just like opening dragon eggs on a certain day will get you a certain dragon. That doesn't work either. There's some confirmation bias out there. So if it works for a person, they're going to go report it. But if it doesn't work for a person, they're probably not going to report it. Like, oh, I opened a dragon egg on Green Jewel Day, and I got the green dragon. Well, that's confirmation bias. There's probably 100 people that opened an egg on a green day and got a different color. If it was that easy, everybody would have had Diamantina 6 months ago. And if we could just go to a certain kingdom to get a certain verse, everybody would be running Gnome-a-paloozas all weekend and nothing else. XP booster in Palooza works? I swear it overwrit for me. I was running an XP booster, right? And then I got my boss chest, so it was time to go run my Gnome-a-palooza, and I still had like 7 minutes left on my booster. And I did my Palooza, and it like overwrit my booster, but it could have been still going. I wasn't like checking my XP, because I was doing a Gnome-a-palooza, so I'm not going to slow down just to check my experience. So it could have been still working, like you said, but... Like, the timer at least overwrites the other timer, is what I know for sure. I no longer saw my XP booster timer. Whether it was still working or not, I don't know. I've never tried it the other way around, like a Gnome-a-palooza and then an XP booster, but that would be scary, because what if it does overwrite? Then you would lose your Gnome-a-palooza. You've done a few to verify? Okay. Yeah, I believe it. Something to worry about that probably doesn't need to be worried about type of stuff. It's like when we have battle crashers and people are thinking they're overwriting the gnomes. But notice they don't do that anymore. You don't see us having a battle crasher right now. What happened to the battle? We haven't had a battle crasher in a while, have we? You guys remember battle crashers? I feel like it's been a minute. What was the last one we had? Battle crasher. It's like they don't do them anymore. We used to get crowns. Remember crowns? It's been a while. That's probably the last time we had one, is when we got crowns. Sometimes they try something in this game and then they just don't do it anymore. I know they're going to do that again, but it's been a while. They used to just do random battle crashers where they would give you extra gold or extra souls or something. Remember that? It was like this week the battle crasher would be whatever the new troop is. Can't even remember. And it would crash into your battles and give you like extra souls or extra gold or something. They haven't done that in a while, have they? You guys, we know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to break the game, that's for sure. I'm always doing that. You ever seen me play Elden Ring? I need to play that game again, man. It's been 2 months. Superno says I get 3 days worth of levels, GAP, XP combo, Wombo. Yeah, that's what we were supposed to be doing, like XP boosters during the vault. Alright, let's go see. I got 57. Man, I did terrible. How's that? It's because you get a random amount of myth stones, so sometimes it's not even your fault how many you get, but it's nice to try, like, see how many you can get. I got 57. That's worse than last time, but you see how it says 3 to 6 myth stones? I could have rolled a 3 on a bunch of them. It's still kind of fun to see how many myth stones you can get starting at 0 and running a Gnome-a-palooza. But that was pretty bad. I must have got a lot of 3s. Let's go check our score. Catch up in the chat. We got 245 vault keys. I'm not going to be happy unless I have at least 250, and I'm probably going to shoot for 300. I think that's respectable. For a man that has a YouTube channel and all the troops in the game and everything, and at my level, I should be getting at least 300 vault keys probably. I should not feel good about myself unless I get at least 300, probably. Something like that. I think I got enough verses to do it right now. You get around 20-something vault keys per Gnome-a-palooza. And I only need 55 more vault keys, and I think I have at least 3 verses, so it's probably going to happen. I'll get my 300 vault keys. Maybe I'll get 400. That's what happened last vault event. I was like shooting for 300, and I ended up with 400, so that could happen again too. But depending on what level you are and what team you're using, you should probably get at least a certain amount of vault keys this weekend because it's very, very valuable. Has all the best loot in there. That's how you get your gold, your souls. Oh yeah, this is by the way. Gold farming. I never, ever, ever, ever gold farm. I don't know how long I've been in this guild, but it's not forever. It's not been 6 years. It's been like 2 years. I know you can check somewhere. I forget where. You can see how long you've been in a guild. Look at that. 217 million gold just given to the guild. Didn't need it for anything else. I just gave it to the guild tasks. Like, of course, I have to give at least 875,000 gold. But I never gold farm. Never, ever, ever gold farm. Never, ever, ever. And I know people have given more, but it's not necessary. Gold farming is not necessary. 217 million gold given to my guild that I've only been in for 2 or 3 years, maybe. If you think about it, I only have to give 1 million a week. I guess that's not too crazy because 1 million a week times 52 million. So I've probably given an extra 67 million gold to my guild or something like that. Because I think I've been in this guild like about 2 to 3 years. And I'm giving like an extra 60 million gold to my guild, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need it. No matter what it is, no matter what new thing comes into the game, just because it can gold farm doesn't mean you need it. Because you don't need to gold farm. DC says these starry pets are cleaning out my cache of pet foods. I used to have tons, not so much now. Right? I know. I'm low on some of them. Some of the pet food. I got a lot of white, though. Forgot to do this one. I got 13,189 white pet food. I've never stopped a vault event to do a pet in my life. I am low on like other colors, but I don't really care since I have 13,000 white pet food. Just another like proof is in the pudding thing. I'm just trying to help y'all. If you're playing the game properly this weekend, you will not need to gold farm or soul farm, I promise you. If you're half-assing this weekend, then yeah, you might have to. Anyway, let's do like one more round of each thing and we'll get out of here. So I'm going to run this up to a boss chest, and then I'll run a Gnome-a-palooza, and then we'll probably be done for the day. A nice little 2-hour live stream. Maybe a little bit more. It'll probably take me about 30 minutes to do this. Let's see. What am I doing? I need Iron Hawk. We're going to go back to farming versus. One thing, though, like if it's Sunday night, and it's 7 o'clock on Sunday night, and I have 5, 6 verses like Gnome-a-paloozas left, I will run them back to back to back. I'm not opposed to doing that. I just feel like the way I'm doing it now keeps me ahead of the... It forces me to hunt verses in between each Gnome-a-palooza so I don't run out. So I don't even know who we're looking for at the moment. I usually choose the gold thing. Like, there are some good gem offers here, but when you're trying to replenish your gem stack, you should pretty much not buy anything. Unless it's something you're... I'm looking for green deeds right now. If I see green deeds or writs, I'm probably going to buy them because they're hard to get. But anything else, not super interested in. Like a verse, I would buy. A verse, a deed, a writ, I would buy. But only green deeds at the moment. Because who knows? I could have enough deeds for another king. I don't even know. I don't know. Like, do I need to buy blue deeds right now? I'm not sure. I'm concentrating on green. Just know every time I see a green deed, I'm buying it. That's all I know at the moment. Anytime I see a writ, I'm buying it or going after it. Hey, there's Baz. I think we might need him. That's good. See what I mean? Just keep your stack up, or just do it like this. It also breaks up the whole monotony of everything. If you keep doing Gnome-a-paloozas back to back to back to back to back, you kind of get bored. This is like slightly different at least. Hey, there's Cindy. You guys are like my good luck charm. I should have, I could still... Alright, pizza time, we'll see ya. Supernova says I gained 200k glory, 2 million souls, 200 gems. Yeah, just playing the vault event, I've gone from like 2,000 gems to 5,000 gems. In less than 3 days. Well, you know, I started... I guess it's been like maybe a week. Plus the 3 days, maybe. Like, I haven't been spending gems, but I haven't been, like, farming gems either. I'm already back over 5k gems just because I got Diamantina and stopped buying the... And I haven't started up the Underspire yet. I'm gonna wait until I kind of want to get back to like 10k gems before I start buying the Underspire every week. Sometimes you gotta take a break. You can't just go to the strip club and throw money every day. Think about your gyms like that. You don't go to the strip club and throw your money every day just because you have it. Some days you stay home and you eat steak with your wife. You don't go to the ATM and withdraw hundreds of thousands of dollars and go to the strip club and just throw it in the air every day, do you? So why would you spend every single gym you got on just because there's stuff to spend it on? You can't afford it, so quit doing that. If your gym stack is continuously going down and it's never going up, you might consider not doing certain things. It's not necessary. You don't have to do every single thing they present to you. Why are verses so rare? Yeah, sometimes they are. I'm having an okay time, though, this weekend. There was one, it was like Saturday morning or something, where I had zero of, like, Baz and Cindy, and I was kind of freaking out, like, uh-oh. If one of these two becomes super rare, I'm screwed. But I've been getting them. I've been getting them. You just gotta do this. Exactly what I'm doing right now. If you're missing verses, just do this. It's all you can do. Switching kingdoms, doing pets, opening vault keys, it's all a waste of time. You should just stay in the same kingdom. And do your fastest team and is over and over and over. Put something on. I've been listening to Glass Cannon Network, Get in the Trunk. Something that you can just, you don't have to fiddle with it. You just put it on, and like me right now, you know I'm going to be live streaming for like 2 hours. You put me on, and then you go. And you got 2 hours. You don't have to switch the station or change the video. Those both suck. I don't want to buy the deeds, and the souls sucked for gold. I'm not buying souls with gold. I need gold more than I need souls at the moment, so I'm not going to spend gold on souls. Super Deva says 72 hours, no sleep, I get 1K, is it worth it? It depends, like, what you do after that. Like, the next week you could take every single day off, because now you're good. This is, once again, not worth it. Nothing there. It's kind of weird. 2 times in a row. I'm not going to buy treasure with gold, and I don't want to spend gems on Celestials at the moment. Some of those offers are worth it for some people, but I'm not buying any offers. That's my thing right now. No offers from the merchant. No gem offers at all. I can't afford it. All I want is green deeds and writs and verses. If he has those, I'll buy them. It's not one of those 3 things, I'm not buying it with gems. There might be like one exception I'm not thinking of, but... It used to be Dragonite, but I don't need it now. I probably will need it in the future, I'm just acting like that's not true at the moment, because nobody knows. There's new dragons on the horizon, but nobody knows what resource you're going to need or how they're going to be made. So if people are just guessing, if they're telling you need Dragonite, they're just guessing. But they could be right. A lot of the times, this game, they'll introduce a whole nother resource just to screw you. They'll call it Dragonate. So we'll have Dragonite, Dragonate. So now you can't use your Dragonite on the new dragons, you gotta use Dragonate. They love to do that. You save up all these gold keys waiting for a new kingdom to come out. You save up all these gold keys for years. Waiting for a new kingdom. They introduce a new kingdom, you don't use your keys. They make a kingdom path track thing where you have to go down it, and that's how you get the troops. They always do that. They're always going to put something different in, so you can't use old resources on it. Because they want you to, the shiny keys. Of course you can't shiny stuff with, treasure maps, or souls, or gold, or glory. No. You gotta use, shiny tokens. Of course you can't get the dragon eggs opened with treasure maps, or glory, or anything. It's gotta be something new. It's gonna be Dragonite. Like a new resource that you don't have any of yet. Because they don't want you spending that. You don't want you stacking stuff up and then getting everything right away. You won't play the game. You won't spend money. So just be careful thinking that they're gonna use an old resource for a new troop. That would make sense, but it doesn't always happen. They're too greedy for that. They at least like throw a different ingredient in there. They might let you use some old like Dragonite resource, but they're gonna throw a new thing in there too. A new weapon, a new other troop, something you have to buy with real money, something you can't get unless you spend money on a certain thing. They'll never just say, hey, we're putting new dragons in so you can spend your excess Dragonite on them. Nah, they're gonna put another ring of butt plug and ring of plunger. They're gonna do something to where you can't just craft the dragon immediately with your Dragonite. It's gonna be something new that costs money or a new resource. They always do that. Alright, we'll definitely catch up in the chat here. Let me do it right now. Alright, we're at 89 out of 100. I'm just trying to get 100, trying to get my boss chest, and I'll run a Gnome-a-palooza, then we're done for the day. Supernova says, how do you get that many verses also? Yeah, I don't know how people have so many. I'm using mine. Like, how do you stack up so many verses without using them? Do you skip a whole vault event and just stack up verses? But what's the point? You're going to use them anyway. Eventually, people get so many verses they can't even use them. Like, I just use mine. That's like getting so many vault keys that you don't have the time to open the vault keys. Like, open them. Don't save them up. Why are you saving verses and saving Gnome-a-palooza? Like, I get saving like 5 of them or 10 of them or something. But people that have 72 Gnome-a-paloozas, like, you gotta, you know those 15 minutes each. Times 72. Like, that's how much time you... Yeah? Do you have that much time left in your life? Are you ever going to have time to do that? Like, just do them. Like, I get saving 5 or 10, but on top of that, you should just use them. I don't get how people have that many. Tom says, doesn't the new raid boss almost look like the Zul'Goth? Yeah, he's very similar. His name's CT Rask. Rask? I call him CT because his name is hard. But yeah, he's like Zul'Goth's brother. Another instant kill. Guy's cool. You can get him in the Soul Forge, Tom. You can get that guy. It's just like Zul'Goth. You can go craft it. Trey says, I've done a few to verify. Oh yeah, that was the XP booster plus Gnome-a-palooza. DC says, Battle Crashers equal Game Breakers. Livewire, I did 4 that way, crafted a GAP, then opened an XP booster. I don't feel as bad now since I don't have Ironhawk. Florian says, I must go to work. See you later. Good luck all for the rest of the Vault weekend. All right, have a good day at work. It's all good, Sana. Thanks for being here. Supernova says, Celestial Stones can be crafted. Sana gifted a membership. We were slowing down a little bit, but here comes Sana. Jumping on the back, she runs real fast. You know, like doing the open hand, like, don't have her fists clenched. She has, like, the open hand karate chop run, like, real fast. Jumps on the back of the train. Throws some coal in there with Trey and gets it going a little bit faster. Tyrion Shark got it. Where the heck has Tyrion been anyway? I see him other places all the time, but... Anyway. Alright, so I caught up in the chat. Let's get these myth stones to 0. And I don't think Tyrion's here today, Chad. He's been kind of AWOL recently. He pops in every once in a while. Comes in spurts. When Tyrion first started showing up to the stream, he would just pop in and say, so I don't get fined. Then he started coming more often. I think once he started getting his memberships and stuff, he was here a little bit more, and now he's kind of back to just popping in so he don't get fined. So I always talk about, like, you know, for me, it's like, you never know. It's hard to... Oh, yeah, I was going to make Sana. Ah, Sana. I'll get you next time. We're almost off air. But appreciate your gifting the membership to Tyrion, keeping him in jail. We throw him in the... there's like a jail car on the train, and we throw Tyrion in there. Make him... the door's open and everything, he just acts like he's in prison. The key is in the lock, he could just... He's like the guy, you know how like on Andy Griffith, there's always a drunk like in the jail cell, and he could just like walk out. He just like puts himself in there. That's kind of like Tyrion on the train. He kind of just like... We throw him in the cell, but we don't really lock it, and he just kind of goes for a ride with us, and then he just kind of leaves whenever he wants. It's like that cat that you don't really... It's not really your cat, but you like put cat food out for it, and it comes to your house and kind of hangs out around outside of your house. It's probably somebody else's cat from like 5 houses down, but you don't really know for sure, so you kind of act like it's your cat. It's kind of how Tyrion is. He's like... He's not our cat, but... He hangs out around our house a little bit, and we like put out food for him a little bit. And we kind of act like he's our cat, because he's probably someone else's cat. 5, 6, 7 houses down. And it disappears. The cat disappears every once in a while, you know? So we don't... It's not always at our house. It's only at our house like 50% of the time. It's double dipping. It's going to every single house, from its house all the way down to your house. It's going to every single house and acting like it's that house's cat, so it can get cat food and treats. So it really belongs to like 7 houses down. But those people like let it be outside. They don't really bring it inside very often. Maybe every once in a while they bring it inside, and that's where it goes. Most of the time it's an outside cat. It just wanders the whole... It goes to everybody's house and acts like it's their cat so it can get extra treats. You guys ever had a cat like that? It's not your cat. You never bought the cat. You didn't get the cat. But it hangs out at your house, so you kind of just act like it's your cat. I feel like that happens a lot. Cats are smart. They'll let you think that you're like their master. But they also have, like, they're cheating on you with, like, 3 other houses. You don't know it. They're just not around sometimes. But they're around 50% of the time. You see it. You drive up to your house, there's the cat. You come outside in the morning, there's the cat. There's sometimes you're like, where's Tom? Where's Tom at? He disappears from time to time, you know. He's down at a different house cheating on you. Getting treats. Acting like that house's cat. That house thinks it's their cat, too. And then there's a house where it's their cat. So it's just... That's how Tyrion is, you know? He's our cat that's not really our cat. He just hangs out outside of our house and gets treats every once in a while. He can come and go as he pleases, and we'll just say, hey, there's our cat. But it's not really our cat. Anyway. Let's do a mother effing... Gnome-a-palooza, and then I better get out of here because 2-hour live stream, baby. We made it. The train went smooth. It did its weekend route. It made it safely to the next station. You guys are amazing, fighting everything off, making sure it don't jump on and kill everybody. We ferried everyone safely from one station to the next to where it's safer. Anyway, what am I doing? I need sister. We're going to run a Gnome-a-palooza, and then we're going to end the stream. So, any questions you have, post them during the Gnome-a-palooza, and I'll look at all the chat after it. Or I'll try to catch it while I'm doing it, but you know how it goes. Alright. I should lock it in with one battle. I know I don't have to, but it's just an old habit. Train's about to derail because we're going so fast, right? It's going pretty good. Let's see. Alright, let's go do our Gnome-a-palooza. Ooh, I got tribute. Let's see what we're sitting at. I think Joshua asked anyway. Hello, Joshua? I have 245 vault keys, which I feel is decent. As long as I do my night session tonight, I'm happy with it. My sleepy night half-ass vault key farming where I'm falling asleep during Gnome-a-paloozas. As long as I do that tonight, I should be able to get 300. We're going to get 20 more right now. We have 245. We're going to end up with like 265 by the time this is done. Maybe even 275 if we're lucky. Then I just have to run 1 or 2 tonight, and I got it. I can even run like 2 sleepy Gnome-a-paloozas and get it. So, definitely getting 300. I might shoot for 400 even. You never know. Sometimes I do that. I've got enough Gnome-a-paloozas. I got 4 of them. So 4 times 20 is 80. I can get at least 80 more vault keys if I want it. So I could end up with like 320. I'm going to get at least 300, but I could end up with like 325, maybe 350. 350 might be a good compromise between 300 and 400. Good, nice solid 350. But let's go do it. Alright, before I hit go, Supernova says, I know the type. Sana says, I have a wild hedgehog around and in my house. Hey, it's your pet. Joshua says I'm going to try to make it to 500. That's super solid. That's what I've been saying. Like, 500 is, like, solid. I think if you get to 500, you did... Oh, you could do perfectly. More than 500, you're crazy. But 500 is, like... Around 500 is probably... Like an A+. I got too much going on. I could probably get. I could get a bunch. You know. I wish I could play all day. And you could. We were talking about that earlier. You could just do vault events and get by in this game. Dogs are barking. Kind of trying to look out my window during loading screens. Oh, it's just the neighbor. Once again, the dogs. Barking at the neighbors. The same neighbor. Every single time. You think he would realize. You know why I think he still barks at them? Because they are the owner of the dog that tore his ass up. And he's just mad. He's forever going to bark at them. I probably would too. Somebody almost killed, like, their dog. Their giant dog almost killed him. I'd probably bark at them every day, too. I always think it's because he's got a tiny head and he don't remember people, but... Maybe it's because their dog almost killed him. Maybe that's why. He still has a scar on his butt. Kind of looks funny. He's got white fur. So, you know, for a while it was like a red, like, wound. But not big enough. Like, he went to the vet. It wasn't big enough to get stitches. He just had like a lot of bite marks all over him. Then like the one big one on his flank. On his booty cheek. We even think his neck was swollen, like he got ragdolled. But now it's like his fur grew out, it turned pink, and then his fur started growing over it. Now it's kind of more like it looks like a brand or something, like a tattoo. Some little kid. I don't know if I should be saying this. My fiance was walking the dog. Mrs. Sinny was walking the dog, and some little kid asked, "What's that?" Was pointing at her dog, you know. "What's that?" And she thought, "Oh, he's pointing at his scar." It's like, oh, she's like, "Oh, honey, that's just his scar. He got attacked by the next door neighbor's dog," and he's like, "No, that right there." The little kid was pointing at his butthole. Didn't know what a dog's butthole was. I know that's weird and gross, but I thought it was funny. A little kid was asking what's that? It's like a black cat at nighttime. All you see is a white dot. Little kid asked what a dog's butthole was. What's that? Of course she thought he was talking about the scar, because doesn't everybody know what a dog's butthole is? Anyway. The red macaque. Sometimes their names are suspect. What's another name that's suspect? They have Champion of Anus. They have the Champion of Anus. They have the Anus Scepter. There's a couple things. There's some more. The red macaque sounds like macaque is red, or red rocket. Oh, Huang Long. Long Wang, Huang Long, Long Wang. Sometimes they make these names, y'all. Then they got the yellow rock guy that looks like he's having some fun. Having some fun with himself. Sometimes you gotta... it can't be a coincidence. Wang Long, and it came out in April. Thought it was an April Fool's joke. Then it wasn't. You know what I was thinking the other day? You know, me and my conspiracy theories and like I'm the main character and stuff. I was thinking, what if they look at my account and they determine when they release stuff based on where I'm at in the game? I know that's crazy, but I'm free to play. I'm the only free to play YouTuber. And I play the game every day, and I'm a certain level, and I've been playing for a certain amount of years. What if they base like they're putting out new dragons? I just got Diamantina. This happens a lot of the time, and I always talk about it. I'm like, I just put out this video, and now they're doing this. How many times does that happen? It happens all the time. Multiple times a year. I'll put out a video like saying, I finally did this, or here's my top 10, or hey, you know? And then all of a sudden they put something out. Like, now we're going to put new dragons out. Sinnycool got Diamantina. He's free to play. That means that it's possible for free to play people to get Diamantina. So now's the time to introduce the next thing. Based on his account, he's free to play. They could do it with other people, but I'm on video. They can watch me without paying me or asking me, or they could do it with any random person if they wanted to, but I'm on YouTube. I post videos almost every day. They know I'm free to play. I don't know. Ever since the Everquest dev said that they were watching my videos and then changing stuff in the game based on my videos, like, it makes me think, like, Gems of War could do that too. Like, you know what happens with bugs and stuff. The Huntmaster Arboreus bug. They definitely somehow, even if it's in a roundabout way, somebody saw my video, somebody said something on the forum or to a dev, and then the devs changed it. So if you track it back, my video made changes to the game. Someone found out about the bug or the glitch, and they either told somebody that put it on the forum that the dev saw it, or they told somebody that told a dev, or the dev saw it themselves. Could be the same thing with just, like, not bugs and not glitches. Oh, now we know it's possible for free-to-play to get Diamantina. This person got it. We know they're free-to-play. Now it's time to put out the next thing. Because if it's impossible, they shouldn't do that. Like, oh, it's not even possible for them to get Diamantina yet free. So why would we put out the next thing? It's not good timing. Just a theory I had the other day, like, I got Diamantina, and then immediately they're talking about new dragons. Like, all I've been hearing about these new dragons for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I just got Diamantina 2 weeks ago or something. It's kind of strange, the timing of things, all the time, multiple times a year. It would be hard to watch my channel, though, because I do talk a lot of shit about them, and I definitely don't suck, you know? I don't need their codes. I don't give them money. It would be difficult, and I talk crap. I tell them to update their resume, and, you know, how lazy they are, and all the bugs and glitches, and pointing it all out, pointing out their typos and stuff. You'll never get that anywhere else, as much as you get it here. 'Cause in the back of their head, they're like, I gotta get codes from this dev. So they'll be fun. They're like, oh, here's a typo, and oh, here's a bug, and they're not gonna really put their feet to the fire. They're just gonna, like, maybe mention it. Just common sense. If you rely on a developer to give you something to then hand out to other people, you're not going to be as harsh. If I was that dev, I'd be like, yeah, remember when you said this, buddy? Guess what? Your codes are now going to be a week late. Remember when you pointed out this typo or this bug or this? Guess what, buddy? Oh, but if you're nice and sweet and you don't say nothing about us, you can have pets in your codes. We'll make them better for you. Just don't be talking as much crap as that Sinnycool guy, and we'll make your codes even better. That's how it feels anyway. If I was going to email a dev and ask for something, I would probably not be as harsh. Yeah. It's just how I think. What if it was me? What would I do? If I was the dev, how would I feel? If I was that person, how would I feel? If I was me, how would I feel? You gotta think about how you got empathy and put yourself in people's shoes. If I was getting codes, would I be talking as much shit about devs? Probably not. If I was a dev and giving someone codes and they were talking shit about me, would I be as quick to give them codes? No. So what does that mean? That means if you're getting codes from the dev, you can't talk as much crap as a person not getting codes from the dev. So in turn, you're not as truthful either, because you can't say everything you want to say. I don't know why I always talk about that, but I just don't. I just think that's our best thing we got going. Being free to play and being able to say whatever the heck we want, whenever we want, because nobody's our boss or giving us anything, so say whatever I want. Unfiltered. Sinnycool unfiltered. The only people I think about when I'm saying things is probably YouTube and, like, not getting, you know. Not gonna say the F word 50 times in a row at the beginning of the video or anything. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they watch. Like, I know. Like, they haven't been, the Everquest dev hasn't said anything to me in a long time. And that could be because that's how I am. I will point out every single thing that's wrong with the game. And there might have been something at some point that made them irritated that I pointed it out. Or maybe something I said made them irritated. Maybe that's why they don't comment anymore. But I don't care. I'm not gonna... Just because a dev posted a comment on my video and said, hey, thank you for doing this, blah, blah, blah. Like, now we're gonna do this instead. And because of your video, this or that. That doesn't mean I'm gonna all of a sudden be nice and not point out stuff. I'm gonna keep doing it. And I don't care. Like, hopefully you can still take all the criticism, because I'm not gonna stop. Just because you left a comment on my video. I want to continue to make the game better, not just that one thing. So So I'm going to keep pointing stuff out. And everybody knows, like, it's been way worse recently, like, with the devs and stuff. Like, the bugs, the glitches. Been way worse the last 6 months, last year. If you go back 3 years ago, they were better about everything. Better communication, they would run streams, like, show the stuff off to you, like, preview stuff, and they're way more hands-on and responsive, and any bugs and glitches would get fixed way faster, and there were less of them. And they were thinking about, like, adding fun stuff to the game instead of just money. And that was like 3 years ago. If you didn't play the game 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you don't even know. You never got to experience this game when it was like that. Where they were really trying to make this game fun, and they didn't just care about money. And they were on top of things and responsive and stuff. Nowadays, it's different. Way more bugs. They don't really care. They'll fix them whenever they feel like it. Unless it's like something costing them money, then they'll fix it right away. Glitches out the butt. Typos out the butt. Not responsive. If you have a problem, it's going to take days instead of... Yeah, it's going to take a week instead of hours. Every single update's about money now. It's not just... They're not adding a whole Underworld or a whole medal system or without monetizing. It's like we were saying earlier, they'll add a new resource just to screw you. Like, oh, you got a bunch of Dragonite, do you? Well, now you need Dragonite and blue dingleberries. But you can buy blue dingleberries for $15 in the shop. Prince bath salts. Alright, I'll catch up in the chat now, and we're done for the day. 2 hour and almost 30-minute live stream, not bad. Remember, the next live stream is Wednesday at noon. If you want to see another one, that's our weekday live stream right now. Would love to see more people there. Keep it around. I don't want to, like, only do one live stream a week. I really don't. Like, I don't want to, but it could happen. I just don't want to, though. So, it might never happen just because I don't want to, but sometimes you just got to roll with the punches and do the thing that needs to be done, and so it might happen one day. I just need more people to show up at the Wednesday live stream right now is all I need. Because I don't want to... I definitely want to do more than one live stream a week. I want to. Sometimes, like, if your time can be better be spent elsewhere as an adult, you gotta, like, consider that. Like, well, I can't just be sitting there by myself doing an hour or 2 hour live stream. Like, I gotta do something. I'm an adult. But that's awesome, Joshua. I think that's a very good target. Anything over 500 is like an A+ for the Vault event. No matter what level you are, no matter how many of what you got, I think 500 plus is an A+. Tom says, I have so many war coins, I have no use for them yet. Yeah, war coins, like you go to the shop. This is more like a beginning of the game type of thing, and you forget about it. They used to rotate these through. There's so many things they used to do that they don't do anymore. Tarot cards and power orbs, and like they finally did Tharasku or whatever, but it took them forever. When's the last time you combined a couple troops with a tarot card to make another troop? It's been a while. When's the last time we had a battle crasher? It's been a minute. When's the last time they rotated the war coin shop? They used to put different... Like, there used to be Goblin Gang here. Like, when are they going to rotate back in the Goblin Gang or make a new one or something? There's still lots of combinations of banners they haven't done yet. They could just make a whole new thing and put it in here. You see how all mine say 15? That's because I bought every single one of them. So you don't buy anything after that. Like, this is not a good deal right here. This is not a good deal. So you never buy anything past the first thing. It might be good for, like, super early game to get another copy of, like, this is a really good one right here. The Mech Master. Beginning of the game, you want to buy this Mech Master. This Clockwork Sphinx is really good with Rowan. Goblin Rocket could be the last goblin you need for your goblin team. And Shocktopus is awesome for certain events and true damage to all enemies. It's really good, too. All three troops are really good right there. For early game, especially. They used to have the Goblin Gang, but Mech Masters is also really good. But yeah, what do you use your war coins on after you buy? Like, there's nothing. I have 138 war coins just for nothing. They used to rotate in new banners, at least to buy. Because if they put in a new one of these and there was a new banner, I would buy it, no matter what. Even if it cost 100 war coins, I'd probably buy it. Because I need that banner. I don't have it yet. But they don't care. They're not going to make any money off of this, so they're not going to keep doing it. And in my other video where I was talking about don't spend gems in the shop, I meant like this shop. Event shop, of course, but right here, you shouldn't. I've never bought one of these ever. Never, 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 never bought anything here except for Spoils of War. This is a crappy, never spend gems on gold. You can get gold so easy. Could you imagine spending... Could you imagine spending 130 gems on 35,000 gold? You can get 35,000 gold. You can get like almost 5,000 gold a battle. That would take 7 battles. You could get that in like 2 to 5 minutes. And you're going to spend 130 gems on it? That's stupid. Never, 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 never. Nothing here, never, ever. All this sucks. I think everything here sucks, but I know some people buy certain things, but... Make sure you get the Death Knight armor first. Don't be in here buying Flora Fawn when you could go buy the Death Knight armor. Typhoon of Keys. It's only $100. And then you don't have the Death Knight armor? That's not smart. Here's where you can turn glory into gold. 1,000,000 gold for 60,000 glory. Still not worth it, though. Because 60,000 glory, you could go open a bunch of chests and get gems and legendaries and mythics, so the glory's worth more than the gold here. I think. Anyway. Let's see how many vault keys we got, and then I'm out of here. I got 3 that time. Look what level I'm so close to 1,500, I get a stat at 1,500. It's like the last stat I'm ever going to get, probably. So I think the next one's at like 2,000. When am I ever going to get to level 2,000 with no Death Knight armor? It's going to be never. 1,500's like my last level. I'm the highest level. Once I get to 1,500 free to play with no Death Knight armor, that's like being at level 2,000. Because there's no level. I'm never going to get like 1,600, who cares? 17, who cares? 18, who cares? 19, who cares? 2,000's the next time you care, and I'm never going to make it. So 1,500's like I'm max level free to play. I got 269. Oh, yeah. 269, baby. And I'm going to go get at least 300 before the day is over. And potentially up to 350. If I just get a wild hair, maybe 400. But I'm thinking 350 to 400 is the goal for me. And I had a terrible Friday and Saturday, like I said. Couldn't even play until 7 at night on both days. And then when I was playing, it was bad quality of play. Like, I was running Gnome-a-paloozas and falling asleep for 5 minutes. So, that's I still have 269 with a Friday night where at least 1 or 2 of my Gnome-a-paloozas were half asleep. And then a Saturday night where at least one or 2 of my Gnome-a-paloozas I was like half asleep. So, where I was falling asleep for like 30 seconds at a time during the Gnome-a-palooza. You know? I could have more right now is what I'm saying. I probably should have 300 already. Or something, you know. At least be very close. Alright. Supernova says if you put the new weapon into a Mistralis team and name it Wet Macaques. Kenji says, did another Palooza. I got 13 vault keys plus 3 epics from it. That's pretty good with the Rowan. When I talk about 20, I'm talking like Ironhawk. So you should probably be getting somewhere between like 12 and 15. If you're counting the epics, that's really good. You got 16, so yeah. That is perfect. Like Ironhawk will get 20 to 25, and Rowan will get like, what, 17 to 22 or something like that, you know? It's just slightly behind. It just, over hours and hours and hours, it adds up. If you get like 3 to 5 extra vault keys every Gnome-a-palooza from having Ironhawk, and then you times that by however many you run, and then that's where the difference is made, like an extra 100 vault keys or something. Joshua says, I don't even see the weps needed for the craft of the new macaque weapon. Yeah, they're not available because it's a pay-to-win weapon. It's a pay weapon, and all the weapons were in the campaign on the pay side. So now we have to wait for those kingdoms to come around to be able to craft a Macaque's Red. You have to get like the Dread Cutlass and the Lodestone and something else, and those are not available until their kingdom swings around. And somebody said we just had one of the kingdoms the last month or so, so it's going to be a long time. It's going to be like a year before free-to-play can get a Macaque's Red. The amount of time it takes you to get Diamantina is also dependent on how hard you grinded on the vault event. I grinded out over 1K vault keys the last 2 vaults and have 2 Diamantinas as free-to-play. Nice. Dude, I'm on my way. I only need 444 more Dragonite, and I can get my second Diamantina too. But you beat me to it. Good job. DC, congrats on the 2 times Diamantina, Joshua. I think the Macaque's weapon and weapons for crafting it are behind the paywall. Eventually free to play, but not yet. Where are they found, though? Are those weapons in the Soul Forge, or where they show up? Yeah, you got to wait for the kingdom. Like the Lodestone weapon has a kingdom, and then that kingdom's week will come like 3 months from now, and then it'll be in the Soul Forge during that kingdom's week. Whatever, you know, it tells you. If you go to you can go find it. Like, go find weapons, go to unowned, go to, like, Lodestone. A lot of these weapons were for money, by the way. Like, if I'm missing weapons, I've been playing the game for 6 years, and I've grabbed most of the weapons. So a lot of these are pay weapons. Or Lodestar, whatever it's called. It's from Broken Spire, so you're going to have to wait until a Broken Spire week, and then it'll be available in the Soul Forge. The other one's like the Dread Cutlass. Or the Dread something. Might be this one, like the Dragon's Claw. We just had Dragon's Claw, so it's going to be a long time. It might be both of these, actually. I'm not sure. You could probably look. Macaque's Red. I don't know, I can't look at the weapons, but yeah. I think it's the Dread Cutlass, the Dread Arquebus, and the Lodestone. 2 of them are from Blighted Lands, and one's from Dragon's Claw. And I swear we just had Dragon's Claw, so that's going to be a while on that one. It was just a Dragon Week like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Dragon Guard, remember Dragon Guard, Essentia, Huntmaster Arboreus, Dragon's Claw? We're going to have to wait. That just happened like 3 weeks ago, or 5 weeks ago, or... We're going to have to wait like 30 weeks. Supernova says, I made a great team and journey to rapid-fire macaques all over the place. Efley says, I'm going to have a horrible vault event. Too busy with kids and homecoming this weekend. I feel ya. Same here. My vault time is mostly at night because I'm staying up late. Like, sometimes we gotta... That's the only way we're going to be able to play, Efley. You got to either get up super early or go to bed super late. And I know it sucks and you're going to be half asleep, but I feel ya. I got a bunch of kids, too. Mark Balden, question, what is the primary use for myth stones? Are they purely for buying diamonds in the Soul Forge? Myth stones are like you get 100 and you get to open a boss chest. So while we were doing Explore here, the little, it says 61 out of 100. When I get to 100 out of 100, I get to open a boss chest and get, like, tokens. So that's how you get medals, tokens, medals. Myth stones, it's just like the point system. It's not an actual resource. It's just the point system. Once you get 100, you get to open a boss chest. So every time I fight this level 1 Explore battle, I get 3 to 6 myth stones. It says it right there. If you go up difficulty, you get more. So if I do difficulty 12, I'm going to get, 71 to 75 myth stones. So it's easier to get to a boss chest that way. But myth stones pretty much give you the opportunity to open a boss chest and get a random token. And the higher the difficulty, the higher the rarity of the token you can get. So if I'm down here on difficulty 1, I'm mostly getting guard tokens and Yasmins and stuff like that. If I'm up here, I can get Nisha, Anu, Orpheus, everything up here. And then the middle is in the middle. You can get some stuff, maybe. Mostly guard and Yasmin, but you have chance. But yeah, Midstone's more like a point system towards getting a boss chest, not really a resource that... If that's what you mean. Imperial Topaz is here! DC says, I think they might have been campaign pay-to-win weapons, should eventually show up in the Soul Forge for Kingdoms Week. Anya says they are available in the Campaign Pass, plus now, eventually in the Forge. Yeah, people said they put it out when they put it out, so you would have to buy the campaign right now if you want that weapon. If you didn't buy it already, you got like 3 days to buy it, or else you're going to have to wait a whole year, or whatever. It might be less than a year, but it's like 9 months, or... There just to get to the boss faster, says Supernova. Yep. Thanks for the question, there, Mark. You never know how many people you're helping that are lurking or watching after the fact. No matter what kind of question it is, I love any kind of questions. Joshua says, oh yeah, I see those other weapons now, Supernova. Supernova says, I got 4 levels this weekend so far. 1712, nice. I think I started on like 1496. I think I've got like 3, maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, that's a lot of time, especially at that level. Joshua is level 1271, and I always seem to end up being the lowest level in my high-level guild. If you're gay, who cares, You're contributing like a level 1500 or 2000, then that's even better. I say the more you're doing, the lower level you are, it's kind of more impressive. If you're level 1200 with 2 Diamantinas, that's pretty impressive, dude. It just means you're doing everything right. The lower level you are, in a higher level, if you're lower level in a higher level guild with 2 Diamantinas and your 500 vault keys and you're doing everything right, that's just more impressive. If you're level 2000 and you have 2 Diamantinas, everybody's like, yeah, of course. If you're level 1000 with 2 Diamantinas, they're like, man, that person knows what they're doing. Or they're really lucky. But I feel like when I see a 1271 with 2 Diamantinas and 500 vault keys, I think that person's playing the game right and they know what they're doing. That's how I feel. No problem, Kenji. Thanks for being here. Look, it's Tyrion. It's our cat. You have to watch earlier, Tyrion. I was comparing you to a cat that you think it's your cat, but it's like really a neighbor's cat from down the street, but it's always at your house, like eating some... You put out the cat food, and you act like it's your cat because it's always there, but sometimes it disappears and goes like 5 houses down. It's really that person's cat. You have to check it out. Supernova says, did you hear about the depressed dev? He says they keep making fun of Macaque. Mark says, but once you have hundreds of thousands in your inventory, what's their purpose? You don't really get myth stones in your inventory. Are you talking about shards, maybe? There's shards that kind of look like myth stones. Now, where am I? It's gonna go here. You see those shards at the bottom? They kind of look like myth stones, but they're not myth stones. They're shards. You could turn those into diamonds and jewels. So you go to the Soul Forge, and most people save them up for diamonds, right? Because diamonds you can make mythics. So you want to save up your diamonds. Save your shards. You should never turn into anything until you're about to do it. I used to change my shards into diamonds right away, and I know how it is, but the smart thing to do is to not do that. And to wait, because you might need jewels. Maybe you need a rope dart, and you don't have enough blue jewels. Well, now you can get enough blue jewels, because you have shards. Like, if you need rope dart all of a sudden, at least you have shards there. You could change into jewels. If you change them into diamonds, you can't take it back. Maybe you're talking about that. That's mostly what they're used for, is diamonds and jewels. In the Soul Forge, you change them into those. But don't change them until you need to buy something. You can see how much you got. Like, I know I have 6,700 diamonds worth of shards. So I can add that to 34,000. Now I know I could potentially have 41,000 diamonds if I need it. So if you have 2,000 diamonds and then you have enough shards to make another 2,000, you know you have enough for a mythic. So if a mythic comes through that you need, you could change all your shards into diamonds and then get it. But I would wait until you're literally about to craft something to change them, because you might need them as jewels. Like the rope dart situation, there's other weapons. Don't forget to tip your waiter. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that did that. Got the train going today, tipped your waiter. It does cost a little bit to keep the doors open and the lights on. It's more like a this or that thing, you know? But the internet costs money, the laptop, the everything. But it's also like a this or that situation. Oh, that sucks, Tyrion, man. Beg for mercy! Everybody's probably getting home from church and stuff. The orange shrine icon next to a kingdom gives a 20% mythstone bonus for that kingdom to get the boss chest even faster. No, like, I never cared about that. I feel like I did when it first came out. And then I was more of a person that likes to stay in the same kingdom and have consistency and not move around. I never chased the 20s. That's why I don't care about getting 16, 17, and I feel like saving all my Imperial Deeds for, like, Magic Kingdoms and stuff. I just don't care. I value, like, the consistency of being in the same kingdom more than I value, like, chasing a couple extra Miststones. Imperial says, question, how do I get shiny stuff? Don't want to pay for them. Man, we've had that question like 3 times today. I'm going to have to put out a video. Only through the new rewards in Invasion, Raid, Journey, and Tower of Doom. That's literally the only way you can get shiny tokens and shiny keys. Unless you spend money. So they put the new rewards in the Journey, the Invasion, the Raid, and the Tower of Doom, where you have to go a little bit further to get to like 13, 14, 15, 16. That's where you'll get your shiny keys. You open your shiny keys, that gives you shiny tokens, shiny dust, etc. That's the only place you can get them right now. And they're only giving you like 6 or 7 a week or something. So you want to save them, you don't want to open them, so you shouldn't be getting all these random tokens and random dust. You should just have a bunch of shiny keys that you're not opening. Because eventually they're going to add like epics, legendaries, mythic, you know, they're going to add better troops into the drop table for shinies. And then you can open all your keys and maybe get a shiny High King Iron Gut or something instead of a shiny random new guy. Unless it's a loopy troop like Huntmaster Arboreus or the Night Guy, you shouldn't be like opening shiny keys. But yeah, it's literally the only way is Journey event right now. There's no way to farm shiny stuff. They give you a certain amount a week and that's all you get. And you have to go get them. They give us 6. You get 6 a week and that's all you get. And that's why your guild's probably freaking out about getting all rewards, because it's the only way to get them. You get a couple tokens for the Troop of the Week, Suraluin, right there. But you want to save them, I feel. Unless you're going to do a loopy Journey troop. You want to save them. I feel like eventually they're going to add better troops into the chest, and then we're going to have better tokens, and then we're going to have like a chance to get something awesome to shiny instead of just... And there's not enough stuff in there right now anyway. You don't want to be opening a bunch of shiny keys when 90% of the drop table is like random stupid troops like Peasant or whatever, you know? I don't even know if Peasant's one of them, but just as an example. If you open shiny keys right now, there's so many just random troops in there. You might as well wait until there's some good troops in there. Joshua says, though, usually the bonus isn't that meaningful. I feel you on that. Tyrion Shark says, I'm the friendly neighborhood shark. Yeah, if we lived on like an island, and there was like a bunch of islands, you would be that, we like pull up in our boat and there's Tyrion, and we throw him some fish, and he hangs out, and he like patrols the island. Sometimes he'll kill some unwanted like stuff, like, you know how cats kill mice? He'll take care of like jellyfish that sting us and stuff like that. But then he actually lives 4 islands down. He just kind of... Every island thinks it's their shark and feeds it. It's double dipping. It's one of those cats. Which everybody likes it. We're not saying we don't like it. I like a cat that's like hangs out outside of my house and I act like it's my cat. It's not a bad thing. DC says if your guild finishes the event rewards, typically there are the shiny tokens and keys for the shiny chests. Exactly. I save my shards. What up, Dervicious? Yeah, Mark, so you can... I would just save your shards, and then you can see how many they will... Like, it'll turn into either diamonds or jewels. Jewels are for weapons. Diamonds are for mythics and legendaries. So if we ever see, like, a really awesome mythic in the Soul Forge, you can turn your shards into diamonds to give yourself more diamonds. But I would leave them as shards until you're ready to do that. Like, you can always see how many shards... You can just, like, act like you're turning them into diamonds, and it'll tell you how many diamonds you would get if you turned them into... But you're doing it the right way by not turning them and just leaving them as shards. I know it's a hard thing to do for a lot of people because they want to... I'm just going to turn them into diamonds. I want to have more diamonds right now. Well, you still do. It's just you haven't turned them yet. Yeah? They're more versatile. You can turn them into any color jewel right now and diamonds. Leave them as shards. But yeah, if you look, you can see how many diamonds it's actually worth, and then you could turn them into diamonds, and then if you have enough, you could craft a mythic. Tyrion says, shiny tokens require either being in a higher-end guild that completes events and or spending real money. Supernova says, you'll never get that many myth stones because I... Yeah, right. That's... I think he was talking about shards. They should put shinies in treasure hunt rewards. They should put a lot of stuff in treasure hunt rewards, because right now it's not worth playing at all. They gotta put Writs in there, shinies in there, Dragonite in there. They gotta put everything in there. They need more stuff in that. Are the journey troops worth increasing their shiny level? I think if you're gonna, like, open your keys, that's the time to do it. So, like, right now isn't terrible, because Sir Lewin, Huntmaster Arboreus wasn't terrible. But that's like the excuse for being impatient kind of right now. If you just want to see what it looks like to open up shiny keys, make sure you do it like right now for Sir Lewin. Or wait until the yellow journey troop that's coming soon. It's probably better practice to wait until the yellow one comes out, because in between now and then something else might come out. And it gives you more time to save up keys. DC says, I've not received any shiny dust yet. Yeah, I think that's like a thing when you open like a bunch of keys and then you keep getting repeat tokens and then you don't need the tokens anymore because you're fully leveled out. You're like you're level 3 shiny on something and then like the excess tokens turning into dust. So I don't think anybody has lots of dust right now. Beg says, I opened 16 shiny keys and I got 10 of the new loopy troop. I did it one at a time. Then with the 5 tokens from the reward, it became silver. That's great. I did that with a Slug Hoarder just to, like, see what it looks like. Tyrion, there's only been 4 troops worth targeting, in my opinion. Slug Hoarder, Jeweled Golem, Red Loopy Dragon, Blue Loopy Knight. You're 100% correct. Livewire says, what about Shiny Dust? Do you crush your shiny troops to get that? It's just like the excess. It's like disenchanting troops into souls. It's just like the pet food thing we were talking about earlier. Like, that's what shiny dust is. You get something fully shinied, and then, like, you keep getting tokens for it, and the excess tokens turn into dust. That's a good idea. Also, the devs should eventually put shiny tokens as shop offers, merchant angel offers, says Joshua. Yep, that sounds like a good idea. You don't want shiny dust, it's pennies on the dollar. That's the truth. It's kind of like the shards that you turn into diamonds, but not as good. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much. It was a really good live stream. You guys are the best. I had a lot of fun. It was mostly positive, right? So, a good one. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you get a bunch of vault keys and have a great day. Tomorrow's Monday, so you're going to see the, the early video for the team video, and you're going to see the weekly preview. And then Tuesday's faction. Wednesday's the next live stream at 12 noon. So Wednesday, 12 noon. I'll see y'all there. If you make it to that one, Sana, just remind me. I want to give you a wrench. And I'll see y'all next time. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your good about channel comment below. Thanks for joining me today. Tyrion Shark, DC United, Joshua, Live Wire, Beg for Mercy, Imperial Topaz, Supernova Tyrion Dervicious, Mark Bolden, DC Imperial, Chad the Clip Bomb, DC Tyrion Joshua Imperial, Beg for Mercy. Mark was here today. Tyrion was here. Imperial was here. Joshua, Anya was here. Mark was here. Efley was here. Kenji Suka. Kenji Suka was bringing those questions before Mark brought the questions. I always appreciate that. That makes the stream just flow better. Give me questions to answer. I almost wish like my moderators would just throw me softball questions sometimes. Supernova, Sane, Tom Elwood, Live Wire, Sana. I think I just said your name 2 different ways, Sana. Sorry. And thank you for the gifted. Helps a ton. Florian was here. Brandon Kim was here. Tom Elwood was here. Lemon was here. Pizza time. Trey Bobuff, I'll see ya in a little bit. Hour or so. Pizza time. Anya, Kenji, Daniel Nadelku was here. Linton was here. Rain Man was here. Efley, Florian, Kenji, DC. Trey gifted, thank you so much. Noonie was here. Good to see you, R. Noonie. Florian with the 5, appreciate that. DC with the 10. Kenji with the 2. Anya joined up. We must pray. Chad got it started. What a guy. See how that goes, Chad? You throw that 2 out there, and we had a nice train. Lots of cars on it. Anya, were you first? Anya was first. Florian, Frank, Live Wire. Those were the first people here today. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Glad to be with you all. Thanks, Sinny Man, and all you lovely sinners, choir members, and lurkers, too. Appreciate your presence and consideration. Leave a like if you like. Don't forget the thumb. Did I see the new chat filter for contributions? Oh, crap. Dude, that's what I've been asking for. That's sick. Dude, we have the literal train. Can you guys see that? That is the train right there. It's got Chad, and then Anya, and then Kenji, and then DC, and then Florian, then Trey, then Sana. Look at the train cars right there. It's like Chad's a car, and then Anya's a car, then Kenji, then DC, then Florian, then Trey, then Sana. That's sick. It looks like a freaking train. I've been asking for that because it keeps on, we chat so much that I lose the one. They, go too far behind and I can't go back to them. But now it probably won't happen anymore. I can always see that. I love it. That's sick. Thanks for pointing that out. I did see that, and then I was like, what's that? And then I started my stream. I didn't really look into it. All right, y'all. Have a good one. You guys are the best. No problem, Anya. I hope you have a good day. We'll see you guys. Sana, DC, Anya, peace out. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out with me today.